Let's see how well it goes. Ah, okay.
Hi.
All right, there's that. Hang on one second. My audio on one of these things is not working. So let me fix. Why are you not working all of a sudden?
Oh, I should be a good player and probably log into the stream, huh?
Only if you want to see it. There we go. Say something, guys.
Oh, something.
Hello, something. Hello, something.
You tried to kill me, and I can't allow that.
Crazy.
I didn't. I
didn't.
I haven't tried to kill anyone.
Not you.
I know.
Zach.
Zach
I went and rewatched that scene to see exactly what I said because I could not remember what I said because in the moment I was so fucking stressed.
Because in the moment you were like, I just wanted him really dead. Really, really dead. And then when he was dead, I forgot what I did.
Look, I real life Coco blacked out a little bit in that game. There was a lot going on. I was very stressed.
But you said it would be okay.
Ow, Chandra!
You promised. Now Chandra's attacking. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Dinner and a Game. How are you doing? We hope you are all doing well. Tonight we are going to be playing a very special game to us because it is a game that is rife with trauma, terror, and lots of other good stuff. But we're going to be playing the Walking Dead TTRPG created by Free League Publishing. If you've never played a game by Free League Publishing, they have two main mechanic systems that they use. They're very, very similar. They're all D6 systems. One of them has a stress-related dice, and the other one has conditions. So they have a little bit different mechanics, but they're very, 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 very narrative strong. RPG-friendly games, and in the case of The Walking Dead, it is also the game system they use for their other horror RPG, which is Aliens.
I was about to say, this system has both stress dice and conditions. It does have a list, effectively a list of conditions as well, which is really neat, that it has both going on.
Yeah, but I tell you though, reading that chart for all the possible things that can happen to you just from... Mm-hmm. It reminds me a little bit of Cyberpunk, but the Cyberpunk critical conditions are a much shorter list, but 10 times deadlier.
Oh, the broken conditions in this game.
Oh God, yes,
spectacular.
They're horrible.
Psychopathy, and enjoyment for killing walkers. There's a whole.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, like my other character, like straight up was hallucinating over stress.
Hallucinations, thinking that walkers are still living people.
This game has a lot of wiggle room for a lot of crazy shit.
Which is why we will always maintain that if you are here to enjoy The Walking Dead, we need you to understand one thing, and one thing very, very, very particular. This is an adult stream. If you are not 18, you're 12, please leave. This stream will be encountering very adult-natured themes. The very first session, we encountered something that I never usually even touch on in a game, and that was... So was it the second session?
Second session, yep.
That we had the little ones?
Yep.
Okay. Yep. The second session...
It was second.
Yeah, the second session
we... hit hard, man. That one hit you good.
Yeah, the second session
in a good way for storytelling and for building drama. It was so good.
Yeah, and but we encountered something very, very horrible, and it's pretty much on par for the show. So if you've ever watched the show, it wasn't as bad as Look at the Flowers, but it was pretty bad.
And I will say, it does actually, being someone who's watched all of the series, it lines up really well with the introduction to the world of The Walking Dead in the first series and in Fear the Walking Dead, where you come across families who have committed such things because they can't live in the world. Mm-hmm. And, very much built the vibe. It got us right into it real quick.
Absolutely. And that's that. It's that's going to be the theme and the setting for this game continually, which is number one, why we only do it every 2 weeks. It can be very, very heavy. And number two, why we will always stress the adult warning on this particular program, because it can and will get out of hand. we have our own checks and balances. We have an in-game only chat that we have in our call that basically we use as our X card system. And we use that intensively to make sure that we have our players covered and make sure that we actually taking care of our players. And as a GM, you know, I'm the one describing these things. They're coming into my head first.
And I'll say you have ridden that line beautifully.
Yeah,
Really
I really just don't want to. It's really difficult to not cross it. Not because I want to cross it, but because I don't know really where that line truly sits for everybody. So I have to walk in that gray area. But all that being said, let's say hello to the amazing people who are going to be playing the game tonight. Hi guys, how y'all doing? Everyone geared up? Kelly, you're not on screen. Are you okay?
I'm eating my food.
I was going to say, are you
Let's
finishing dinner? This is Dinner and a Game, folks, so we mainly call it that because, you know, we play during most people's dinner time. And so if we're ever sitting here eating on screen, and you will see me do it all the time, do not even worry about it. If you guys don't like seeing that type of stuff, we're sorry, but we're real people, and most of us work.
I try to eat off screen, and for good reason. I've discovered it is regularly tacos, and you cannot eat tacos in like an attractive way.
No. Just like burgers. If you get a nice, big, juicy burger, you're not going to be doing that politely.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah. We're not savages like Basics of the Game who eats pizza with a knife and fork.
Yeah. Oh,
It
God.
depends on
We're
the pizza
watching
for me.
you, buddy.
It depends on the pizza for me.
Chicago pizza is not fucking pizza for the last time. It's a quiche.
Wasn't what I was talking about, but I don't disagree.
Pumpkin pie is a quiche, and you can. I will die on this hill because I'm technically not wrong.
You're not, but I mean, I'm not going to argue because I don't eat pumpkin pie, so we're good.
Right.
Look, I love pumpkin pie, but it is definitely a custard style pie.
And the cat's back. Kitty!
Rogue is just going for it.
Yeah,
man.
Rogue is in a mood.
Yeah, we've had some stuff going on, and she is in
Well-
a fucking mood.
Hey, kitties are kitties, and they're gonna do kitty things. But tonight we're number one. If you guys notice it during the intro, we have a new little scroll that plays through. We're trying to do better about promoting our wares without taking your precious time out of it. Our affiliate programs are now going to be appearing on our pre-roll and our mid-game roll. The introductions for all our players and who they're playing. I'm asking them all to do custom ones, but you know. That takes time, and they want to do them. If they don't want to do them, I'll leave the ones that have it. But we're going to do 30-second blurbs for everybody from now on who's playing in the game. That's going to show where you can find them, who they're playing, etc., etc. If you guys pick up on that, it's wonderful. It's before the show, and it's during the break. And so we take a 10-minute break in the middle of the show sometime at some point, usually, hopefully in the dead center, we usually come on about 10 minutes before we go live, and then that little pre-roll rolls at least twice, and it lets you know where you can find our affiliates, etc., etc. Because we have lots of stuff that we try and do to help promote our show. We have our amazing merch, like the shirt I'm wearing right now, which is backwards. But it says, if you don't play D&D to flirt with your friends, you're doing it wrong. Dun, dun, dun.
I've been doing it wrong this whole time? Damn.
Well, you know what?
Look, I've yet to see Giggle Girl Productions get out of a game of any TTRPG without romancing someone.
It's the way it is.
For this.
It's the way it is. Like I said, if you're not playing these games to flirt with your friends, why are you here? Why?
I have been on the receiving end of being flirted with on the front end.
Oh yeah,
Same.
absolutely. It's
Several
the
times.
best. It's the best.
Right.
But all that being said, if you want to find our merch, you know where to find it. If you don't know where to find it, it's in chat. It'll be scrolling through chat. If you want to get any information on our affiliates, you can find that here. And all these amazing creators are going to have their information up in the chat as well. So, like, you can find Geek Girl Lissa's information here. You can find...
Fuck.
What's wrong? Oh, Cove again? Again?
She scratched the fuck out of me.
You can find the Hipster GM here, And you can
Chandra got
find
me earlier.
Kelsey here. Yeah, I know. When I logged into the call, Chandra was like just on Lissa.
Dude, she every time, like, I think you guys heard her. She was like chasing Esri, and like Mercy was chasing her. So all you heard was down the hallway.
As a conga line of animals.
I would say I'm the only one not being cat attacked.
Where are all you kitties?
Lucky you.
Remember Landlord?
Oh yeah.
This
So
is the first game I've ever played where you can see my fucking tattoo right there. My little plague doctor.
So when we left off last game, we were in a pretty tense situation. The characters are part of a small enclave that basically is held up in what is, for the most part, a high-end luxury home housing project, or should I say, residential neighborhood. And it's basically walled. It has a security gate, and they've been accepted into the group. They've been working towards, becoming a bigger part of the group, when it was discovered that they had a traitor in their midst. The traitor has since been taken care of, and if you want details on that, watch the last episode on our YouTube. It was intense.
We should really clip that whole last conversation, because that was
like
that's a TikTok.
we need to go in and highlight that entire thing, like a
Give
full
me a second, I can
highlight.
work on that.
Not to hype myself up. I just I went and rewatched it. And I was like, oh god damn, that was a good RP.
Yep. It was very intense. But after that scene resolved, Kel's character and Lissa's character had made it back to basically the cul-de-sac they had held up in. But the one thing they could not stop was a horde has been released inside of their little neighborhood, which means, and since the horde are just mindless things, the horde is trapped in here with them. And since
Alex did close the main gate, which is going to make this a little bit more difficult.
Yep. Well, both difficult and easier, because there's not going to be any of them crawling in. But that means you have to deal with the horde inside.
Or figure out a way to get them out.
Yep. The neighborhood is basically a giant horseshoe, and the horde is following the horseshoe around. Now, Alex and Andy, Lissa and Kel's and Lissa's characters, are held up at the end of the cul-de-sac, and as a last means of defense, they do have one of the residents has a diesel rig with a trailer on it, and he parked it, like kind of drove it up into the yards and parked it across the end of the street. But of course, the walkers can crawl under it, they can go around it, but it does slow them down and create some bottlenecks. Alex and Andy is Lissa's character. She is on top of the roof. You're on top of the roof of your own house, though, right?
They are on top of the roof.
My apologies.
Of their own house, and yes,
they are on top of the room house. Yeah.
They currently have a broken crossbow. However, there is also a bow in the house, so I am not entirely defenseless.
And Alex is on top of you're on the hood of the diesel rig, or did you go all the way up on top of it?
No, I'm on like the top.
Okay, yeah. I was on top, and Coco's character, Coco, you're muted?
Joshua, currently. Sorry, the dogs were barking.
Oh, Joshua, sorry.
Yes,
yeah.
it
it's
is
okay.
Joshua currently.
Yeah, Joshua.
Because we don't know Coco's actual character name.
I
Yes.
still haven't gotten my name.
You guys actually don't know Andy's character name either.
I don't think any of us know anyone but Alex's name.
Yep.
Well,
So,
and we know your pseudonym, I guess is what we can call it.
Well, you haven't gotten that. We haven't had the discussion yet.
yep.
It's been
No,
real
I'm pretty,
fast.
I'm pretty sure you introduced yourself as Josh.
Yep.
But that's what I'm saying. We don't know that that's your fake name. We just know that's what
No, yeah. But Josh is making their way back to the actual cul-de-sac, cutting through some of the backyards after he took care of the trader, who was actually a resident of the place, who was apparently selling them out.
quick correction.
Yes.
I'm currently in a house after gutting up for the second time in 4 hours. I figured out. It's been about 4 hours.
Yeah.
So I'm currently in the house gutting up with a couple more walkers outside. So we will, and I'm then going to head back to the cul-de-sac. I'm currently still like 6 houses away.
Yeah. And the last thing I want to cover before we jump into the game itself is we are also still trying to raise funds for PCRF. PCRF is the Palestinian Children's Relief Fund, and we're trying to reach $1,000 donated. Now, last show, I know we got much closer. We had a $100 donation, so we're at $725. Oh no, 760 something. So we are literally at the last stretch of our $1,000 goal. If you can help, please do. You can see in chat right now there. If you're just logged in, I'll put it up there again. PCRF has a link that was created for us by PCRF that goes directly to their website, and on that website you can choose to donate to PCRF directly through Dinner and a Game. What that means is it's just going through a campaign we created to raise these funds, but all the money goes directly to PCRF. They created the website, they maintain it, they cover the costs of it, and all the donations go directly to them. Now, the total amount donated right now is $797.41. So we basically have $202.59 to go, and we will have reached our $1,000 goal. Now, the best thing we did with these PCRF donations is we made them able to affect the game themselves. If you do choose to donate to PCRF, you can affect the game in lots of ways. They're the exact same ways you can affect the game with bits or with your Dagger dollars. If you donate to PCRF, you can use your donations. Like if you donate $1, you can activate Lend a Hand. If you donate $3, you can Save That One in particular. If you donate $5, you can use Try Again. $15, you can use what's $15? I forgot. $15 you can use The Gods Have Spoken, which is Giving Everyone Bless, and $50 you can give someone Devastator. Now, if you donate a larger amount, like the person who donated $100, they gave Devastator to 2 different players that night, and it did get used. So that's the amazing part about it. Also, if you choose to donate and it does not get used, do make sure in the comments for the donate that you designate who it's going to, and it will be available to them on the next game they play if they don't get to use it that night. So do not fret. We are keeping track of it. We will make sure that the donations get to who they're supposed to. The donation contributions, as in the things you can give them, go to the right players. So if you want to do that, please do so. Like I said, we are on the last home stretch for the $1,000 goal, and we thank everyone so much for contributing. It's been an amazing, wonderful thing to see, and we hope we can meet that tonight. But if not, we'll keep on going until we do. In the meantime, I think it's time to get down to some Walking Dead. All right, so, Joshua, you are just finished the gory business of pretty much coating yourself in a walker in order to move out and about. Now, the biggest problem with this process of locomotion is the fact that you do have to move slowly. Mm-hmm. As a walker does. There's no putting the stuff on and sprinting through the horde.
No.
So where are you going? You following the horde, or are you going to be cutting across like buildings and yards and stuff?
I want to first kind of peek out the front window. I had barricaded the front door, so any coming towards the door wouldn't be such a problem. But I want to come. You said I had about 5-ish coming with me, besides the one that I took down and took inside.
He was just the closest one.
Yeah, I just grabbed one, brought him inside, took care of it, and started going to work. So I should have about 5 more outside, who should be piled on the door at this point. But I want to look out the window and see if there are any more that are maybe drawn by the sound of the other walkers, because we're not very far away. I know the old lady had just banged the pans together and drew some, but now that there's no direct action, I want to take a look and see if there are any more heading my way as the other walkers kind of make their noise and bang on the door and such. I just want to see?
You probably, because the horde is still kind of trailing around the corner, and as hordes do things like go around corners, they'll get caught on things like fences and stuff like that. So you can see that because the walkers at this house you're in are making such a racket, some of the trailers on the horde have started to turn back and start coming your way.
Perfect. What kind of time frame am I likely looking at for how many I have?
Are you intentionally letting them pile up?
I'm trying to let a handful pile up.
You'll probably have about a dozen within a minute.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna like move the stuff away from the door. The door was unlocked. I went to kick it in, but he told me it was unlocked, so I opened it. And I'm gonna kind of bang on the wall a little bit, get them a little more riled up, try to draw them over, and maybe get a couple more moving that direction. I've been smoking a cigarette for the past minute because the smell of the walker is a bit much. So, step out the cigarette. I go ahead and like reach up to my vest, pull my pack out, and put it in my pocket because I know I'm going to need one when this is over. We have Gods Have Spoken again, so I'm going to go ahead and grab my D4 just in case. I'm going to give it that minute. Going to pop everything, check my knife, check the radio and the headset that I have on because I did take their headset. And I want to say I did, having reviewed last game, I currently have the headset on set very low so I can hear it, but it shouldn't make any noise outside of the earpiece that I have. Yep. And I am actively I have not modified anything. I'm waiting to hear if the reclaimers are talking at all. So if anything was to come through, I'm paying attention for that. I'm just checking my equipment, and it's been about a minute. Take a deep breath, shake a little bit, get in position. I'm going to turn the doorknob and pull it open slightly and just back into the room and start doing my thing and start just moving, making myself seem like one of them.
Okay, so the main thing I was looking for, though, is are you trying to take those walkers back towards the gate, or are you going with the rest of the horde?
Currently, I'm letting them in the house so I can get them to follow me, because that does take, I think with this skill, because I've gotten to the point where I have this ability now that I don't have to roll, I would say I probably can make it happen a little bit faster. I'm not going to take the 20 minutes anymore. It'll take me about 5 minutes to get this small group with me and moving. And as I get them moving with me, I want to start moving towards the group because I want to attempt. Well, I guess I want to because I kind of can now, unless something else totally fucks everything up. I want to get over and get the greater horde moving that's getting closer to the cul-de-sac and get them moving and take them down the street as cleanly as I can to try to move them back towards the gate.
That is going to be a very big undertaking for two reasons. Yeah. Number one, there is the old lady with the pots and pans made a lot of racket and got them really stimulated.
Yeah, I did hear that going on, so I kind of have an idea of what's over there. So I guess my focus is to go towards that and try to gain that, like try to build that into my group that I now have of like a dozen walkers. Yeah.
And there's visible food at the end of the street.
Well, is there still? I thought everyone went into the houses. No. Everyone's like gone into the house. Oh, people are still outside.
Kel's outside. They were still getting the kids into the houses. People are still freaking out and panicking.
Oh, so this is still happening in the time frame. Like they haven't even this is about the moment where Kel's is starting to move up and do all that. Okay.
Yeah.
Where Alex is starting to do that.
Yeah. So you guys, I just want to establish what you're doing kind of while they're doing that because You took the walker down, gutted him, and dressed yourself up. That was fairly quick.
It's practice. At this point. Sure.
And then while you were doing that, they were moving around, they were running back to the thing, letting people know, everything like that. So this is it's more or less simultaneous type occurrences. So at this point, let's jump back over to Andy and Alex. Andy, your crossbow broke.
Yeah, my crossbow needs to be restrung. Yeah. I'll have to deal with that. That'll take some time. However, in the meantime, I at least have a bow.
Gotcha. So you basically have a bow. The bow doesn't have nearly as good a range as the crossbow does. So you're going to be looking at not having been able to take anyone down, extended at range. The nice thing is,
Actually, it's the opposite. The bow has the longer range. The crossbow is short range.
oh really? That's weird.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because,
don't ask me why. That's how they have it
Hey,
on the
no, that's fine.
playbooks.
Mechanics is mechanics.
Yeah, mechanically speaking, the bow has a longer range for some reason.
Yep. So you're basically bringing up a bunch of arrows, laying them out beside you, getting everything prepped up, but you're staying on the roof, I assume, for all this, correct?
Yeah, I'm essentially like, you know how a lot of southern houses, the front porch has like the overhang that you can usually, if there's a second floor or something like that, you
Yeah.
can get on top of.
Yep. And you could either
That.
easily go.
I'm
There's
on
usually
top of that.
there's usually second floor windows that face out over it and stuff. So yeah. So that's I wanted to just double check what you're doing, and then Kel, for Alex, you're on top of the rig.
Yep, I'm on the top of the trailer.
What do you have with you? Your rifle?
Yeah, because I went because when we got back to the, or after I finished my marathon run, essentially that's what it felt like with those rolls.
Mm-hmm.
More of them saying, "Hey, we got Walker's community, et cetera, et cetera." As they were scrambling to get in their house, start their stuff, I went to our house, grabbed my rifle because I'm not planning on using it yet. Because I'm not going to try and draw them more this way. But if it comes to that, it's going to be better than the fucking pistol I was carrying.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I had what was his name? I have him in my notes.
Dave?
Supercomputer. Yeah, I have David's shotgun too.
Gotcha. Yeah, because you left. Dave is hurt. He's still in.
Yeah,
the,
we left him in the
he's
house.
He's in actually the house that Corey's in. No, he's in the house, the original house you were in up the street. So yeah.
And we got the stair blocked off.
Yeah, with the
giant couch,
with the couch.
What caused him to get hurt?
Yep.
What was his shotgun again? It was like what, 12 gauge?
Yep.
Okay.
It was 12 gauge sawed off. So.
Yeah. And I can remember it's pump, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Just want to make sure because I forgot to add it to my actual sheet. But yeah, so I essentially have the shotty, my rifle, which is the standard M4 because National Guard, my pistol, and a knife. That's what I have with my vest on top of the trailer.
All right.
Coco also apparently handed me a silenced pistol last session.
Yeah, it was their sidearm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because you were going off on some Z's with that.
Don't ask me how I did. I never know.
Yeah, you went all Rambo on them.
So as you guys have assembled on top of this, you can hear people, the people behind you. You can hear and see them doing this. The main thing they've been doing is they were rounding because day-to-day life in this place has become very almost pastoral because there's no real walkers in here, and so everyone feels free to walk about during the daytime. They don't stay locked up in their houses anymore and then moving around. So like the kids are outside playing and everything like that. So as they get this done, and they start getting this done, as you get this done with getting yourself set up, you can hear people like running around, grabbing the kids, getting everything secured, locking the doors. But like I said, when you said that the walkers were coming, Maria went into their house immediately.
Yeah, because I remember everyone was boarding up as well. And then, like, as we were on top there, we saw the granny go off screen as the walkers went to her house. We heard the door shut, but we don't know what happened there.
Yeah, and you didn't even know she was there.
Yeah, we didn't even realize until we heard the banging, because I was looking down the ACOG scope, just trying to get a decent idea of the density of the horde.
Yeah, it's not as big as the horde that was let off earlier. It's like not even half that size. Well, no, it's not even a quarter that size.
Well, I was going to say, because the horde from earlier was like 300 strong.
Yeah, 300 or 400 strong.
It was 300 and 500 before I took care of it. But you said this one was about 125, 130 was the...
roughly, yeah.
Rough number.
So it's about a quarter of what was out there before.
Yeah.
But the key thing about it is, it was a quarter that should not technically have been there. Hey, Keg. So it is kind of like you and Kel. I don't know if Alex or Andy would know about the process of leading hordes, but I know that Coco or Joshua would definitely understand that someone would have had to have redirected this horde back here.
can I roll to see if I would?
Yes, you can.
Actually, can I go
Would
into
that
his
be
name?
survival?
Yes, it would.
Awesome.
I don't
Love
know.
to see it.
I would say I saw that I saw that Zach was covered in blood. He was. I understand what he did.
Yes.
It clicks with me, and I think that given the scenario, maybe not. Maybe you'll roll for this. That understanding would have been on my face, and I think I will say that was part of the reason that I responded the way I did, and y'all might have caught that possibly.
And Kel, what were you gonna say?
I was going to ask real quick too, because that we saw or can assume Coco did something similar. Will that help us in this role at all?
I would
Before I actually
assume
roll it?
so. No, yeah, I assume so.
I will say y'all didn't see me do it, but y'all did see the horde reacting strangely. So I feel like y'all might be able to put. I think these two things y'all might put two and two.
Yeah.
together.
Again, I think that's what Kel meant. But yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
that'd be like one bonus dice then?
Yes.
Cool.
And Andy,
do
you
it.
may roll the extra
Roll a
bonus dice as well.
bonus
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just roll a d6 then
Oh,
on
yes.
top of it. /R.
Already, Kel?
D6.
I mean, it's 2 successes, it was a mess up.
Okay,
I don't know how that
so
would work.
it
for
went
knowledge.
from 2 successes to 3.
Gotcha.
Because I rolled a
And-
6 on that one.
So this is a non-life-threatening roll for mess ups. So it still counts as a mess up. So basically, what's going to happen is there's going to be an effect on your next dice roll. Mess ups when you're not rolling them, they will not give you an extra stress dice. But you're always automatically going to have a situation where you're going to have something happen on your next roll. Okay. So
Okay, that works.
and did you add another? Yes, you did. You got a 6 on a d6. All right. So you have 3 successes. Kel, you have 2
I had
successes.
3 successes.
So Andy has 3 successes. Alex has 2 successes. So you both can
What
basically.
do my elf eyes see?
Your elf eyes,
Gandalf?
well, it's not necessarily what your elf eyes see, it's what your mind comprehends. That there wasn't this many walkers out there, period. So this must be something that happened where someone gathered them and brought them here, guided them here, because you can't think of any other reason why the horde would have come in, and someone opened the gate. So this was all pre-planned.
Andy's gonna be pissed.
Now, Zach's dead.
Yeah, like Andy already knows that Zach is dead, so the perpetrator on this has been dealt with.
Yeah, but for 2 successes,
It was 3.
no, I'm saying for 2 successes or more, basically
Okay.
the other thing you can reason is that this happened much faster than the big horde being led away. And since you kind of are juxtapositioning this with the concept that Joshua may have led the other horde away somehow, it took him a long time to do that, like better part of a day.
I wonder if fucking Alex has been hiding the walkers that have been still in this community and just waiting to let them out.
Yes, Coco.
I want to say when we did talk about it, it took. You said it took me about an hour and a half to lead them, and then it took me about the same amount of time to get back. So, I mean,
3 hours. 3 hours. Then.
3 hours. Yeah. I just
Yeah.
want to be clear on the timeline because if I'm wrong, I want to know that I'm wrong. I just
Gotcha.
want to make sure I'm in the right headspace. Yeah.
Hey, Halfling Wizard, thanks for stopping in. Hope the long work goes smooth. It was about 3 or 4 hours total transition time. So basically half a day, daylights wise. And as you go through, as you're looking at this, you realize that this was done quickly because there was not. If they used just the walkers that were left roaming around, then they would have had to have done, like, someone would have had to sprint it around making a shit ton of noise, and you guys didn't hear anything like the pots and pans banging or anything like that.
Yeah.
And so one of 2 things is present. One, someone was already leading walkers in this direction. Or 2, there's a lot of people that were utilized to bring this many walkers together quickly.
I'm trying to remember, Coco. Last we left off, I remember before you turned the radio off that me and you were sharing. I know you told me Zach's dead. You didn't get much info past that. Did you mention the Reclaimers to me?
I said Zach sold us out to the Reclaimers.
Okay.
They are on their way. And I said, I believe the last thing I said was in that call was, you remember that I led the walkers away earlier? I'm going to try to do it again. So you have some context that I'm going to try to do something, but I did say that Zach sold us out to the Reclaimers and that he let the Horde in.
Yeah, no, I just want to double check on
that. Yeah.
No, I just want to double check on that part. So, with the information that you gave us, Ray, then, before am I able? Because I should have thought of this back on that. Says, am I able to do it? Does Alex know who the Reclaimers are at this point? Or is that something you want me to roll for?
The Reclaimers are a huge faction. If you've been in the city since you've been in the city since the fall,
yeah, I was.
You know who the fuck the Reclaimers are. You know who the fuck the tower is. Yeah.
Okay.
No.
So
because you were avoiding both of them like the plague.
Yeah. No, that's what I wanted to just double check on. So Alex can put 2 together and go, okay, so like as you said, either they've been doing this for a long time or had multiple people doing it. Alex could probably assume the Reclaimers were probably having multiple people doing it. At least as a more likely option, since they are a large faction.
So
right?
Yeah, and what I'm
okay.
Okay, gotcha. All right, no problem. So so switching back to Joshua, the Shamblers are coming into the house. Mm-hmm. They quickly do what all dead do when they get into a tight situation like this. They stumble around, they knock shit over, they fall down, they make a shit ton more noise. They stumble around, and once they get into the area where there's a lot of debris, like the living room and stuff like that, they tend to get hooked up on furniture and shit, and then kind of just stand there and shuffle. Because when they can't walk freely, they do not want to get knocked down or fall over, so they stop moving.
I move into them and start to just meander. Get a couple of them to start moving with me, and I just start leading them out. They're gonna fall, but they are gonna follow in that herd mentality that they typically have.
Yep.
So I'm gonna just start walking them out the door. And
Okay.
any more that I see coming towards me, I'm just gonna kind of do my little spiral. I'm gonna act as the lead. I'm gonna keep myself moving.
Got
And I'm gonna try to gather as many as I can. 1 or 2, 3 left behind. I'm just trying to get a group with me so that as I move towards the larger herd,
Yes.
they notice and they start to flock to me.
Got it.
It's kind of the goal. Yeah.
So what I want you to do is I want you to give me a scout check.
Okay.
And this is when what you get. This is as you get the people going outside and you're trying to join the tail end of the herd with the stragglers coming back towards you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for the follow demo.
Okay. Losing dice. Okay. I'm gonna roll my stress first. I have no successes on the stress.
No failures
Also,
either, though.
No failures either.
Got it.
1 success and a 5. So I'm going to roll this. Yep. And I couldn't roll low under, on the thing. So I got 2 successes, but no failures on the stress dice. I do have 2 failures on the regular dice, but they don't count.
Yep. All right. So perfect. So as you're moving yours towards the end, you're starting to do that spiral pattern.
Mm-hmm.
Something weird is happening. Normally what you do is you'd walk around away from them, lead your horde, and your little horde would kind of curve around following you, and the rest of them would bump into your horde and get pulled in and dragging it. One of the walkers coming towards you begins veering in a cutoff pattern, and the walkers are shambling behind them and following them in a cutoff pattern.
Do I recognize that do I see what I think I see? Are they a person like me?
It has to be someone leading walkers.
I am going to kind of turn myself to where my body is, to where my knife side isn't towards them. I'm going to pull my knife. I'm going to tuck it up under my wrist, and I'm going to start acting like a walker and moving towards them, my eyes down, moving towards this person.
Yep. You see, as you're moving towards them, because you did a good survival roll, once you get closer, you can see that they're in like a little group of walkers, and you notice right away that they have, you know what a catch pole is?
Yeah, like they have
They have one of the walkers directly ahead of them on pretty much the equivalent of a catch pole. It's a pole with a wire around a loop at the end of it, and it's around the other person's neck, and they're kind of, it's way low on their waist, and they're kind of directing the walker in front of them like a push guide, and they're steering that walker straight at you. Perfect. And they're shuffling along behind it.
They recognize me as well. That works.
Yep.
Okay, I guess this would be a brawl in walkers, so I have to move carefully. This is going to be slow and meticulous.
So what this is going to do is it's going to add another stress dice.
That's fine. Totally fine. I am almost out of my stress dice. I have 5 stress dice, and I only purchased 6, which is fine. I have additional smaller dice here that luckily roll just as well, because I am very picky on my dice. But okay, it adds stress dice. That means I have 10 dice to most of my pool here. Okay. So this is going to be a... with that scout roll being 2 successes, do I notice any more than just the one?
Oh, yeah, no. In this group of walkers, you only notice one person. Okay. But you can also see that at the back of the group of walkers, going away from you, because there is one walker that occasionally walks backwards.
Okay, good. Okay, awesome. Now, are they covered in blood, or are they wearing skin?
No, they're covered in blood and gore.
Okay, cool. Awesome. So, my goal is the one they're walking towards me isn't going to attack me. They can bump into me. They shouldn't have an inclination to attack me. That's just not how that functions. So I want to move towards them. I'm going to lock eyes I'm going to keep myself kind of moving back and forth, side to side, and lock my eyes on the guy there. And I would like, there's no intimidation here.
Yeah.
There's no intimidation, but there is manipulation in this game. Or there's a skill for it, but force isn't going to work here. There's a skill that allows you to use your strength as like a manipulation technique. I want to look at him, and I want to try to convey with my eyes that I am not afraid of him or this situation at all. Stressed, but I have no fear in this situation. I'm going to guess that he witnessed me blow the brains out of his little traitor. Do I also see an earpiece on him? Does he have an earpiece or a walkie?
You got 2 successes, so yeah, he's got an earpiece in.
He's got one?
Yeah.
Cool. But he can't speak in this situation. He can't scream, nothing.
Nope.
So as I move towards him, can I roll a manipulation roll?
So what I was going to say is this, because people, this is a learning game for all of us, including our audience. Normally what would happen in a situation with a horde of walkers is there would be a generic roll because it's a horde situation. But this is a very exceptional situation because we have 2 people in the horde who are acting as walkers but are actual people. And with intelligent combatants, you have brawl rolls, not walker rolls. They're going to try and be making a brawl rolls to fight each other. I understand what Coco is doing right now is trying to get some advantage over them with intimidation. But they're going to be making brawl rolls, which is incredibly dangerous in a horde of walkers. So let's go ahead and first off, you want to try and make the manipulation roll? To try and intimidate, try and put them off their game, basically.
Yeah. Please, stress dice don't fuck. Well, this is. My question is: this is more of a mental like I'm not making a movement. This is all eyes trying to show that look of I don't fear you, and I'm going to put you down if you continue.
I'm going to tell you this right now. It's still in that situation of being in a horde of walkers.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. No failures. 1 success. And 1 5 on my stress. I'm gonna use the bless. I can't not roll, so that's 2 successes on the stress.
Yep. And for those of you watching, there are ways you can affect the game with your dagger dollars that you get for watching. You can use sound bites with bits and affect it. And right now, because we are raising funds for PCRF, you can actually donate to PCRF, and you can affect the game in the same way that you can with your dagger dollars or your bits.
Man, I got a dice pool of for this one, it was only 9 dice.
Yeah.
But no ones, 2 successes in the stress, 2 successes.
So this is what we're going to do. This was just a manipulation roll.
Yeah, this is just me trying to throw him off his game, trying to maybe add an extra stress to him.
Posture check. So here's the thing. This is what happens. Because that roll was so intensely, stellarly successful, you're sitting there and, this person's like still... remember, they're actually having to maneuver this walker.
Which is not an easy task.
No.
For most situations, it takes full body to make this happen.
Yes.
I'm impressed. I will admit... As a character, I'm impressed that they've managed to do this.
Yeah. Well, normally they don't have to do a lot of direction. They just shuffle and they kind of give little jerks on the stick while they're shuffling, and it just goes along with them. But now they're trying to aim it into you, is what they've been trying to do.
I do want to ask with this in my scout, do I think that he sees my knife?
No, you don't think he sees his knife, but it quickly becomes a moot point as... They're trying to maneuver the walker into you. They look up. They make eye contact with you. You can see in their face that there's a sudden shock and recognition, and they're just like they're looking at you for just 1 second, and they stop walking just because of the shock of making eye contact with you and being that close to you. And they stop walking, and 2 walkers bump into them, and without even realizing what they're doing, they let out a little yell from start. And the walkers just descend upon them. And they start screaming. And more walkers. And you guys now over at the thing, you can hear some human screams.
Are we within their eyesight?
The person getting torn apart?
Oh, no,
No, you haven't even come around the corner yet.
I haven't gotten around the corner.
Yeah,
okay.
you're still on the ass end of the herd.
Okay.
You hear them. So the walkers being attacked on the screen, and they're trying their best to. At first, they're fighting them off, but it quickly what backfires the most is the walker close to them is the one on the catch pole. So it turns around, trying to push towards them. They're having to hold the catch pole to keep that walker off of them, which pushes them back into the other walkers. So they just, because of what they've been doing, they just get dogpiled almost instantly. And you can hear as they're, because like I said, there was a dozen walkers around you, and there was like a dozen walkers around them. So as that pile just completely descends on them, the screaming is cut off very quickly. Kel, hang on a second. Kel, go ahead.
I was going to say, I know you said that the entire event was still around the corner, but through the sights on...
It's 125. The entire thing is not around the corner because it gets stretched out when it goes around a corner.
No, I meant the event where this had where the
yes. No, it's around the corner so much you can't see it through the sights.
Oh, well, I was going to say, you can at least see the herd starting to kind of get an idea of where the yelling came from. Is what I was trying to see. It's coming from almost what you would consider the next block over.
Is he able to try and see the direction that the herd is now going towards? I guess
that's what I was trying to see.
Oh no, the herd, the majority of the herd is still moving towards you.
Okay, cool.
You can see that the herd is now starting to the herd is now starting to split.
Okay, that's what I was trying to double check.
Based on what you know, the herd doors with noise should not be happening.
It should all be turning, right?
Yep.
So I saw the second guy towards the tail end of the other herd.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at him, did he appear to notice me? Like, is he in the same situation as the other guy? Was there like a recognition of he knows that I'm a person and not a walker?
You actually see them.
Mm-hmm.
The guy is, he's currently like starting to do that curve shuffle to try and draw the ones that are going after the screams. He's trying to draw them around, and you can see him, and he basically raises a hand like up to his face, and he like his hands are, and he just like points at you and goes,
and
then lowers his hand back down.
I raise my non-knife hand.
Yeah. Listen.
And then I point at his friend and just move my way around the herd. And I try to like bump one or two of them to distract them from their feeding, to get them to like get up and move with me.
That's something you cannot do. If the meat's still warm, they will not stop eating.
Okay. Yeah, without like a massive.
No, as long as the meat's warm and the blood's flowing, they will not stop eating.
So then I'm going to be a singular walker, moving towards him slowly.
Liz, what were you going to say?
I was going to ask, with the 3 successes from earlier, was I able to figure out that people were leading these walkers?
That's kind of what I was getting at with that. Yes, you all figured out that they're walkers. What I was going to say was with your third success.
I'm going to start looking through that herd of walkers to see if anyone doesn't look right.
Okay. The one thing, because you got the extra success, this is what I'm going to give you with that. You can see that several of the walkers are doing something that walkers never do. They're carrying shit.
Okay. I'm going to start shooting my arrows at them.
Okay. Kel, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, with the 2 successes I had, would I have noticed the same thing or no?
No, that's just to get the idea that there's more than just one person in this horde.
Okay, so I got the idea. Lissa actually saw it. Got it.
Yeah.
Cool.
But in a second you'll be able to follow arrows.
Oh yeah, pretty sure. Because I still got my sights trained on the horde as they're coming down, just trying to look.
So they cannot make the horde go any faster, and hordes are are slower than shit. Mainly because walkers can't run; they don't have that type of coordination. They will pick up their pace, but they can't run. It's the only reason that humans can sit there and just jog and keep ahead of a horde for basically until they become exhausted. So what I want from this is this. Lissa, I want you to give me a ranged attacks, because I'm going to tell you what happens next. And we're going to go ahead. Let's see. Go ahead. What was the first one?
Messy success again.
Messy success? All right. You draw the bow. You draw bow, knock arrow, you release. The arrow flies like fucking true. And you see it just thunk into like the neck and shoulders of one of the walkers that looks like it's carrying an axe. And it's doing this whole thing where it's literally kind of dragging the axe behind it. And doing this little macabre wobble shuffle. And as it thunks in, you hear, because all you get is the low moan of the walkers. You can hear someone go, ah! And he keeps walking, and some of the walkers turn and like move towards him.
He's bleeding.
They turn move towards him, and he's like, you see him like stop, and then at the last second, he just picks the axe up, and he's in his left hand, his right hand is kind of hanging there because you put the arrow into his shoulder. His right hand is hanging, and he just begins like thumping his way through walkers, and he's just running for one of the buildings. He seems to be able to. He's cutting through the walkers. So what I want to know is, are you going to try and take him down, or are you going to let him run for shelter? You or Alex. Alex, you also have your gun out, so you can shoot too.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, because I'm assuming I see what happened there.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. You will definitely be able to see where the arrow went and hit somebody.
Well, I was gonna say, biggest thing for me, if I do take a shot, it ain't gonna be a kill shot, because Alex would refuse to kill another human. But actually,
any shot you do, is probably going to kill this guy, because you're going to be slowing him down.
Yeah, I know. That's the issue.
Are you going to take the shot or not? He is
Not
well identified. There is literally an arrow sticking up in the sky that looks like a giant flag saying, "Shoot
Yeah.
me."
I would say Alex would not take the shot because, again, the issue of not killing another human. Plus, as soon as he takes a shot, that's going to make the horde turn, pay more attention where the sound came from.
Yep.
But what I want to do instead is I want to see if I can pick out any more humans in the crowd.
Then you can make me another
Right.
scout roll for your roll. Then, Lissa, this is what happens
Yeah,
because
I
of
think-
your mess up.
Yeah.
All right. You see just in the crowd of walkers, you see one of the walkers like just lift its arm up and put its arm over the shoulder of another walker, and you can see that there's a pistol in the hand with a silencer on it.
Yeah.
And you literally see them. They're literally resting their arm on the shoulder of the walker, and they're sighting down that arm. And they're
I'm gonna retreat into the window.
yeah. They didn't fire the gun.
Yeah,
But they were
because that gives
sighting
away their position.
Yeah, but they were sighting right down the
Yeah,
arm
they
at
see
you.
where I'm at.
Yeah.
They know where I'm at.
Yeah. So you dive into the house.
Yeah, I'm gonna dive back a little. Like I'm still.
You
going to
now
be
know that they
shooting
at
at
least
things,
one of them
but
has a
I'm going
gun,
to-
and Alex is still in the open. You didn't tell them anything.
Well, I'm going to retreat. Alex, do you still have the radio?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the only ones who had a radio, I think, were me and Coco.
Okay.
Yep. There was 2 radios in the guard station.
But if I recall, and Ray, correct me if I'm wrong, was it the house that Andy's in, pretty much right at the tail end of where the truck, one end of the truck was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
It's not like I'm too far from the house. I probably can't jump from the trailer to the house if that moment came.
Oh.
But at least you're close enough.
Did you make your scout roll?
Yeah, I had one success, but I did have that mess up earlier where you said it wouldn't affect then. I didn't know if it affected now.
So
or not.
you can't. Okay. Well, then in that case, you can't identify the people in the horde who are walkers or not.
Okay.
But you do see the only. Well, no, you can identify only one of them. The one
The
who
one that-
just aimed the pistol.
We
Okay.
have a lend a hand from Jess.
Lend a hand from
Hey.
Jess. Do you have any 5s?
Huh?
Did you have any 5s in that dice pool you just rolled?
Oh, well, I also had the bless from earlier, too. And let me check. Hold on.
Yeah, if you have anything that can affect it, then you can go ahead and throw that in.
There's not a 5, but there's a 4.
Yeah, but at that point, though, I still have the bless from earlier. So
yeah, no,
always
roll.
that-
No, we're saying this roll the d4.
Oh, okay. No, I thought
Yeah.
you were saying the 5 because of the Linda hand.
Yeah.
No, I was have to bank that. That is a funny enough. That's a 2. So that would actually make it 2 successes then.
All right, cool. So with
Okay,
that, you also notice Allie, Andy running back into the house, going in the window. So you
Okay.
are now alone outside.
Okay. Well, since I see that one actually had a gun,
Mm-hmm.
what I want to try and do, I'm assuming you're still near the window at least, Andy. Because I'm assuming the window also isn't facing the horde,
Yes.
right?
No,
It's facing the street.
It's facing the street.
So think of like how
Yeah.
You went robot-y as all
Yeah,
hell.
you went robot-y as hell. But don't worry, I know what you're saying though. You're facing the street. I just want to make it where like you poke your head through a window and get shot.
Yeah. No, they can look
so-
down. She can definitely shoot. If she goes further back in the room, actually, she can shoot arrows through the window.
Yeah.
And out.
What I'm going to ask is see if Andy can find any pillows in the house. Because what I would like to do, if we find a pillow,
Is trying to do a silencer.
and I want to shoot the gun out of his hand. I'm not trying to hit him because
You
I
can't-
I want to see if I can shoot the gun.
Here's the problem with using a pillow like that. It's going to
Yeah.
cover your sights. You can't really
Like a throw
aim.
pillow?
Even a throw pillow. It's going to cover your
yeah,
sights.
even a throw pillar's gonna throw.
It's going to cover
do
your
that.
sights. And if you start folding in half and condensing it, it's going to change the direction of
Yeah,
the
I'll
bullet.
change yeah, that's right. Damn it, never mind.
Now, if you ever want to do that again, get yourself a 2-liter bottle.
And stuff it with newspaper.
Yep.
Also,
Andy, do we have a 2-liter bottle?
Anybody got a 2-liter bottle?
but no, that the pillow technique works fine up close.
Yep.
At a
Yeah.
distance.
Yeah.
You need.
Well,
some
I was
prep
thinking
time.
like even like a small pillow because the ACOG sight. I'm not looking through the iron sight, so the ACOG would be raised a little higher
Yeah, it'd be a little bit higher, but and no, that's a ridiculously
Still,
small
a
pillow.
pillow's not gonna.
Yeah. No, I still got.
Easily crumpled up.
Yeah, no, I got you. I'm not saying on that part.
Like, think of it like this: you're trying to hold a pillow this far ahead while trying to aim like this, and it's
Yeah,
not.
you're trying to hold the pillow on the end of a rifle.
I got long arms. Okay?
I got long arms.
If
Remember.
you can't duck it, fuck it.
No, that's fine though. Anyway, I mean at that point I'll probably still ask instead because again I still at least attempt it. Is like I'll not holler because I don't want to attract him, but as long as Andy can hear me saying like, "Hey, find 2-liter bottle and stuff it."
But anyway, so yeah, there is someone moving through the horde who has an obvious pistol.
Yeah.
That means that they don't just have melee weapons out there.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me.
They obviously intentionally did not pull the trigger, but they definitely could have. You saw the silencer on the pistol.
Yeah, I gave my position away is what happened. That's how I messed up.
Yep. And now that if you try and fire a shot, they're going to retaliate. Whoever has weapons is going to retaliate. Range weapons.
Yeah,
that
but I
is.
mean, even with suppressor, if they take a shot, it's going to expose them. Like, there's all the walking around them.
But they'll have to deal with those consequences themselves.
Yeah, but no, I'm still gonna. But yeah, no, I legit asked Andy about the 2-liter bottle and newspaper.
Gotcha.
Oh wait, guys, you know what I have that I haven't used because we've been in close quarters, right?
What?
What?
Molotov cocktail, baby.
I forgot about those.
Totally forgot about those.
I didn't.
Well, Andy's gonna go arsonist now.
I did not. I was waiting for you to remember.
Oh no, I've just been waiting for the right moment with this shit. I think I have 3 of them.
I mean, yeah, good moment now.
Yeah,
how far
now
away they
I
are
think
still.
I'm gonna throw a Molotov into this horde
Okay.
at these fuckers.
Now, to do that, you cannot do that from inside the window.
Yeah,
You're
no,
gonna have
I'm
to step back out on the
expose
roof.
myself for that.
Yeah. Now, one thing you can do, and you can rig while you're inside the room, though, is you can rig like a pillowcase or some sheets and make a sling for the Molotov cocktail to get some distance on it.
Oh wait, okay, so I've got the fucking.
Thank you for the raids,
crossbow.
Grim Songbird.
I've got the broken crossbow.
Mhm.
What if I used the fucking string from that to make
It's
essentially
A crossbow
fucking,
is not on elastic; it's a steel cable,
That's true.
and the resistance comes from the metal bar that's bent.
Okay, so my question then is, in what way did my crossbow break?
The steel cable.
The steel cable broke?
Yeah.
Okay, then never mind. Alright, do we have anything that's rubberized that I can essentially make a slingshot with?
Nothing right now, no.
In my bag, but you have no way of knowing.
I know.
Yeah.
In the bag that Josh never lets leave his sight. So
You mean I don't have, I can't just have medical tubing in my bag at all times? Gosh!
no.
There's bungee cords in my bag.
Yeah, toe straps.
Oh God.
No, toe straps are fucking insanely useful, dude.
I know.
All right,
No,
so
Well, I was saying, does Andy look for the bottle and newspaper by chance?
no, she's inside. You're outside, and there's a horde of zombies coming.
Communicate that to me.
That's what I was asking, like, because I know that's where the trailer was. I mean, it should still be audible, even if I don't yell.
Not that well, and Andy's
never mind.
ducking for cover.
Over
Okay.
roads and like 40 or 50 feet.
No,
you're
that's fair.
looking
That's
at-
fair.
Yeah.
That's just don't want to double check on that. Okay.
So, we're gonna before we take the break, we're gonna switch one more time back to Joshua at the back of the horde. The person who was in the back of the horde quickly fades into the horde.
Can I keep, like, clearly I would have seen what they were wearing. I can probably differentiate them between the rest of the horde, right?
Yes, but they are moving quickly up through the horde.
Okay.
And they get they're number one. You can see that they're moving like they're cutting other walkers off. They're putting a walker between you and them at all times.
Yeah.
And they're moving up through the horde.
I want to keep line of sight on them. And because I'm not leading a group right now, I am by myself. I can pick up the pace a little bit. I can't run, but I can walk at a, not speed walking, but at a standard pace. I'm still limping and hunching, but I can move at a pace with that to get into the horde. And what I want to do is I want to keep line of sight on them. And to ask the question, at this point, I'm getting up to the tail end. Have I rounded the corner?
Yes.
Have I gotten up to where I can see?
It's a broad corner, so it's like a quarter of a block worth of corner. So yeah, you're now, because you weren't that far from the corner. So as you get up to the corner, the person is like making their way through the horde, picking their way through the horde, and they're staying a bit ahead of you. But you both are coming around the end of the block and coming back down to where the horde is turning the corner. You can see that. In fact, as you're coming around, because of where the old lady's house was, so it was so far up the street, you can see that there's still zombies on her door, like banging on the door and trying to get through. Remember, they did knock the door down, so there's still some trying to get in there. You don't know what happened to the old lady at this point. You can see that there's the walkers, kind of splitting, as some were trying to come back where the screaming was, and some were going like this. But you can see that stream that's been coming back, and about kind of right where you're at, they're starting to spin in that swirl, which means someone is spinning them, and it's not the person you're following. They're actually kind of breaking the pattern.
Okay, so the person I'm following, the person I'm watching, trying to keep an eye on. Is there a significant... Actually, the one that's spiraling, can I roll a scout check to see if I can tell where they are in the group?
Yes, make me a scout check. That'll be a perfect way to find it.
Okay, so that's going to be 5. Gonna, as always, roll the stress dice first. Now, I gotta ask, with the bless, if I roll a 1, can I add the bless to that to knock it out of a 1?
Yeah, no. Except for on the stress dice.
Okay, I was just trying. I was like, it's a blessing.
But the stress dice cannot change out of that. Okay. So.
Okay. Ooh, that's 3 2s. There's no successes there.
Oh.
But that's 3 2s and no 1s. I'm fine with 2s. My God. You're
all right.
Beautiful dice. You're beautiful.
I'm fine with 2s because nothing killed me.
Okay. That is a 4 and 1 success. Gonna roll this D4 and see. That's a 3. So that's gonna be 2 successes total with no negatives on the stress.
Got it.
Unless anyone gave me anything. Sweet tea special.
Sweet tea special. I gotta take a sip. Yummus. A sweet tea special, ladies and gentlemen, is a posture check, a stretch, and a hydrate, all in one shot. Ooh. And it's named in honor of friend of the show, Sweet Tea, who raids us quite often, and we love them very much. All right, so
2 successes.
2 successes. Yeah, you can see the person who is rounding them, and they have a what looks like another one of the catch poles, but it's not secured over anyone. You can just see the loop dangling, and they're kind of like have it in their hand, and they're kind of just walking with it. And and they're just like they're steering the crowd around, and you can see they're carefully using the catch pole. Every now and then they'll put it against one of the walkers and guide them with them, so that it's 2 moving instead of 1, which helps change the direction faster.
So, can I comprehend that they aren't as good at this as I am?
They're about as good at this as you are.
Okay, well, I'm trying to think about it because they're using additional items. They have multiple people doing it, whereas they're using it solo.
They're
doing it smarter.
Yes, they're doing it smarter and faster.
Okay. So I see him. I want to try to I want to stealth from them. I want to see if I can move my way into the herd and break line of sight with all of them. I want to try to find a group of like the most clustered walkers and try to like move to where I break their line of sight so that I can disappear into the group and maybe work my way around them. If that is possible.
Yeah, no. I don't think it's going to be a problem. Let's go ahead and have you make me a probably a survival roll.
Stealth is what it should
Stealth.
be. The goal
No,
is
stealth. Yeah. Make me a stealth roll. And this is also going to be for you to kind of like. You're not just trying to not be seen by the walkers. I'm assuming you're trying to avoid detection.
The walkers I'm not worried about.
Yeah.
I'm trying to utilize the walkers as a means of hiding from the ones who have seen me. And God, I can't really change what I look like, sadly. There's not a way for me to do that. I can't like pull a shirt off a walker. That's not gonna work.
I gotta pull a shirt off a walker. Making sure to ask first because consent.
1 success, no failures. I'm gonna save. I do have a 5. No! I have plenty of these dice though. I have plenty of my regular dice. So I do have 5 in this as well. 1 success. I do have a 5 on one of my stress dice, so I'm going to roll. And clearly, I'm going to at least get a 1. So that is 3 successes total, no mess ups.
Got it. All right, so
And for I just want to say for any new viewers, the reason this is not being questioned is because the last game we played, I had different dice, and I only failed on 2 rolls out of an entire season. I'm sorry that it's not more interesting and I don't mess up, but I want to be honest. I am being as honest and truthful as anyone could ever be. I just know how weird it looks.
and I will say
there are new people here.
Yeah.
So I want to stress that.
And I will say that on Dinner and a Game, we have a digital dice roller, but we don't require anyone to use it. We work completely on the honor system. No one here is going to cheat or anything like that. It'd be ridiculous to even consider.
No fun. What's the point?
And it's a D6 system. You're going to get a lot of successes, but you're also going to get a lot of ones.
I will say, I will show straight up. I hope y'all can see this. I got 3 1s on my standard dice.
Eesh.
These dice don't usually roll this bad. And I got 3 1s on the regulars. And
Just
the other dice that did well.
Just showing that the
but-
universe's law of averages can even get you. Yes, Kel.
I was going to say, you typically will roll successes unless you're me.
Look, I get messy successes enough for the both of you. It's fine.
So yeah,
It's usually the other game.
You've been
So 3
rolling
successes.
on the rest of the successes. So 3 successes, got it. Yeah, you don't have any problems. You're moving through the horde. Now, when you do stealth, though, you can't lead anything.
No. For this, I'm not trying to lead.
Yeah.
I'm trying to move through and get around.
Do you want to do something as drastic as like getting to the point where you can jump a fence into a backyard and start cutting through backyards?
No. I'm
Okay.
moving into the horde.
Oh, got it.
Making sure they can't see me because I'm about to go gut one of these motherfuckers.
Yeah, because I thought what
I
you were
don't
trying to
have-
say was
I-
you're moving around the horde to get around
No,
it and bypass it.
Because I'm trying to move around them. I'm trying to make sure that I break line of sight of the people leading the horde, and I want to get my thought process is that the one that's moving zigzagging, I want to keep sight on him, but make sure he loses me to the crowd, which should worry him slightly that I've outmaneuvered him in his own horde. And my goal is to try to catch up.
Yeah.
Because
you're looking for him in particular, I'm going to give you, and you got 3 successes. You are catching up to him, right? You see that there seems to be a group of really densely packed walkers in the center of this group. He kind of shoulders his way through the densely packed group of walkers. You're coming up on it, and as you get to that densely group pack of walkers, because you rolled 3 successes in stealth and they don't see you coming, you can see that there are half a dozen people with those pull sticks, and they are forming a central circle that's unoccupied by keeping walkers at the edge of the stick and using them to bounce other walkers off. And in the center of this hoarded area, you see that there is one guy who is walking in the center that your guy you're tailing runs up to, and begins or walks up to and begins like whispering in his ear, and you can see that guy has a wagon behind him, a little pull wagon, and
What's in the wagon?
ammo cases.
Okay. I've been in New Orleans proper. I've heard talk. I was here for about 2 weeks before I moved towards this area.
Gotcha.
I'm aware of who John Baptiste is by what I've been told. He dresses like a priest. I know this. Is this a man dressed as a priest?
I'm going to say no.
It feels a little out of place for him to do this, but I'm
Yes.
just trying. I'm like, if that's John Baptiste, fuck, this is going to be a lot of conversation.
No, but if you're trying to walk, are you going to try and go into the circle, or are you staying on the outside of it? Because it's hard to make out. The reason I'm not giving you more information on what's in the cart is because it's hard to make it out.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm gonna because I'm sure I'm gonna like. I'm gonna put my hands up. I'm gonna show my knife, and I am gonna try to move into the circle, showing that I do not mean to be a threat. I am moving with them, but I am now that I've seen what's happening here, I am holding my knife up.
All right.
And
This
I am
is a
moving
really
back.
good place to take a break.
Cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a 10-minute break, and we will be back. So be ready, because shit's going to go sideways, because it always does in these situations. It's beautiful. It's lovely. Remember, on our break, you're going to see stuff for like our merch, and you're going to see stuff for our partner, Many Worlds Taverns. Please support the show in any way you can. Give us a like, follow us, give us a subscription if you can. And remember, also, if you can at this time, please donate to PCRF. We are less than $200 from our goal of $1,000 raised. If you can help us out with that, you can also use your donations to affect the game for real. So if you want to do that, you can, instead of doing anything else. We appreciate that even more. So do what you can to help, and we're going to take 10 minutes to get drinks and for me to try and say goodbye to Coco, because they're probably going to die. We'll be back in 10 minutes, guys. And say something, guys.
We're
Hello.
back.
Okay, that didn't work. 1 second. All right, now say something.
Something.
There we go. All right, everyone's back now.
Hello.
Hello, hello. Hola, ¿cómo está usted? Muy bien. ¿Y tú? So, we'll see how muy bien everyone is in just a second. All right, so right before we went to break, Joshua, Coco's character, was attempting to
Parlay?
start a parlay in the middle of a zombie horde.
Yep.
That's going to be really interesting. But before that happens, I want us to step back because the amazing and absolutely incredible Andy was about to try and lob some Molotov cocktails, which is going to make this
Okay.
entire conversation go swimmingly.
I'm sure.
Andy,
I'm sorry. I'm also trying to fight off a cat from my food. You little shit. Go away.
so, Andy, are you just going to step out on the roof and start throwing Molotovs, or what are you going to do? What is your intentions? What is your intentions with my zombie horde?
My intention is to kill the zombies themselves. The people depends on what's going to happen here. However, given the situation, given that they are leading zombies into our area, I'm probably not going to give any fucks about these people. My fields of fucks are barren, and thus, like you can see around the town, our little area, there are no fields of fucks. So
We have not planted a new fuck garden as of yet.
Yeah, the fuck garden hasn't been reestablished yet, guys. The apocalypse has been too recent.
So, what I was trying to get at, though, is you just going to, like, light a Molotov cocktail, climb out on the roof, and toss it?
Do I see where the walker?
Oh, yeah, because they've been getting
was
closer
pointing
this
the
entire... They've been
pistol at me.
They've been
was?
getting closer this entire time.
Okay.
Yeah, he has the walker that's in front of him. They've been basically keeping them in front of them and using them as a physical screen. And so now they're probably only maybe 25 yards from the truck.
Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and throw the Molotov at the guy who had the pistol.
Okay. Let me see something real fast. Okay, so you're going to make a ranged attack roll.
Mm-hmm.
And... Yep, you're good. So go ahead and make me the ranged
right.
attack roll.
3 successes, baby!
Any of those on your stress dice?
1 second.
I gotta
Yes,
look at...
one of them.
Alright, cool. So that's a mix and a messy success. So, you lob the Molotov up. You literally throw it up there and you arch it high because you want it to kind of come down on them. You want it to like break and make sure it gets them. So, this is what you see. The Molotov goes up in the air. As it's coming down, you see the person who has the gun is just like looking up at it as it's coming down on top of them. And you don't know why. But they just hold the pistol up and they shoot it in midair. And it just goes fucking everywhere. Because you rolled 3 successes. That's fucking insanely good. Mm-hmm. And so now there is like...
Child!
Now,
Leave my food
instead
alone.
of like, like a 10 by 10 square area, the majority of it gloops right down where it came. So he gets covered in burning liquid. The walker he's got gets burning liquid. But a bunch of other walkers are also covered in burning liquid that normally wouldn't be in this situation. And they're not as... It's not like they're emoliated. They're just on fire in different spots. but walkers don't really react to fire except to walk towards it.
Yeah.
So some of the other walkers, like, it's comically, it looks like they're trying to put out the fire, but they're really trying to eat their partners. And the guy who's on fire just starts screaming. I mean, they're covered in like gasoline that's on fire, and so the other all the walkers. So this section of walkers, which is the one actually closest to the end of the truck where your house was, just turns into this swirling melee as walkers who are not on fire attack walkers who are on fire. Walkers who are on fire are attacking the guy who's screaming and on fire. And it just turns into a walker beatdown as they all start like beating on each other because they're attracted to fire and noise, and this is fire and noise.
Stuck on napalm because napalm stuck on me.
So Alex, you're on top of the truck and you see Annie steps on the roof and already has a lit Molotov in the hand, just like chucks it, and like I said, you see that dumbass reach up and shoot it in midair. It's only like 20 feet over his head. Yeah. So it just turns into like this beautiful aerial disbursement of gasoline everywhere.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna do?
At this point, I want to see if I can spot any more in the crowd, because we know there was one who had the axe who was doing well fending off the ones going for him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this guy who's now burning / being eaten.
It's close enough now. I will say. Did you make your scout roll already?
Not for this time.
Okay,
make earlier.
Yeah. Garson.
let me do it. So you want me to do it again?
Yes. Make me a scout roll.
2 successes.
2 successes. Perfect.
Yep.
Nice.
You can see the circle now because the horde has gotten close enough, so you can see that unnatural circle of walkers. It's not huge. It's like if it was a square, it'd be 10 by 10. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's enough for people to stand around and not get molested, and for a guy to pull that cart.
So with it being able to see it, am I able to see into that circle, or are there still too many zombies, even at my angle, where I can't get?
No, you've got the high ground, and you said you were up on top of the trailer, which is like 16 feet up in the air. So you can see into the circle.
Okay,
you can see that the guy has a wagon behind him. There's 2 people in the center. You can see that there's like a dozen people holding walkers at bay, using walkers to pull walkers at bay. You only got 2 successes though, so you can't because of the sheer number of successes that Joshua got. You cannot pick Josh out of the milling crowd.
Yeah. Well, no, I was trying to see if I can see into the circle more too, though. Yeah. Like, am I able to see more in the circle?
Yeah, and remember, you still have bless, by the way, so don't forget that.
Huh?
The bless is still present.
I thought it was just a one-time use.
Nope, not that one.
This goes through the entire scene.
Yeah,
and I had a lend a hand too. Then still, well, so
Disco
in that case,
Inferno.
then I'm going to use the lend a hand on the 5 I have, turn that to a 4, make it 3 successes. Let me roll the bless real quick. That was tilted. Let me re-roll that. That's a 3. So I'll put down the 3, so that's going to make it 4 successes then.
All right. So with that, you can actually see Joshua.
Okay.
And you see him, and he's nothing in his hands. He's walking towards the other circle with his hands out.
The knife, but I'm kind of like holding the knife between 2.
Oh yeah, knife held loosely,
Yeah.
not in attack posture, and you can see him walking into the circle.
And this is the first time you've seen me covered in blood.
Blood and chunks.
Yeah. Okay, so I see Josh come in the circle. I don't see anything else in the circle outside of the people that are in the middle. Okay,
well, like I said, there's a half dozen people in there.
Yeah, no, that's fine too. I just want to make sure.
Yeah. Yes,
Am I seeing this too?
He got no, because your intention was entirely on throwing placing the Molotov. So
That's
you were
fine. I thought that might be the case, but I wanted
you were in fuck this one guy in particular mode.
I'm not wrong. So I see Josh trying to move towards the middle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming the walkers
Orange
closest to me.
Kitty.
I'm assuming they're preoccupied with all the fire and the screaming guy right now, right? They're not moving closer at the moment. The front of the pack, I mean.
Yeah. Oh no. It's the front of the pack, and like I said, for where Dave parked the truck, the front end of the truck is parked up near your house. That's how you climbed up. No. Well, I'm trying to give you an idea of what the Horde's doing. So the front end of the truck is parked near your house. That's because you climbed up on the hood and then you climbed up onto the trailer. I mean, so the actual Horde where they were jumbled up and where they're all fighting each other is right there near the cab of the truck. Because that was where the guy with the gun was going, because he knew where Andy was. So he was angling walkers to try and take him towards that house. So okay. Andy basically derailed that by lighting all the walkers on fire.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the ones closest to us are preoccupied right now with the fire and him screaming. They're not coming closer at the moment.
No. They're kind of like a dog pile, and they're actually doing a better job of screening this area than the truck is, because new walkers that come in either get dragged into the melee or bounce off of it and get knocked down.
Yeah. All right. So what I'm going to do then is I want to keep an eye on the circle, since I see Josh trying to get in there to essentially provide backup.
Yep. And you can see that like the walkers are coming up and they're about to like be pressed up against the trailer. And you can see on the other end of the trailer, you can see that the walkers are going to start pouring around the edge of the trailer.
So at that point, then what I'm going to say is, well, actually, what I'll do then, just because I'm closer, I'm assuming Andy's at a place where they can hear me now without yelling.
Oh yeah, no, they're on the roof. I'm assuming, Andy, that you're standing there and watching your handiwork with lots of pride.
It's the full Elmo meme. Arson!
I'm going to turn to Andy, say, toss me one of those.
You better not have fucking Butterfingers.
It's not going to be lit when they toss it to.
That's not what, I don't think that's what he's referring to still.
Go ahead. But yeah, so you're telling Andy to toss you one of those?
Yeah, because what I want to do is after I get it, I'm going to light it. And then I want to toss it where they're trying to congeal to go around the other side, trying to kind of like.
Word of warning: walkers are not repulsed by fire; they're attracted to it. So if you light the other end on fire, the walkers will start congregating to that spot.
Okay, well I'll throw a little further back then to kind of keep them away from the trailer.
Gotcha. Using it more as a distraction.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Andy is going to toss an unlit one to Alex.
But it'd be so more convenient if it was lit already. Then now I can just throw it again.
Now my dice rolls.
Yeah, Andy is tossing an unlit one to
make me a ranged attack, and the number of successes you get on it will be the number of successes he has to catch it. If you do not get any successes, he gets a straight dice. And if you get a messy failure, then it's going to break on him.
Okay, so roll it as if I was rolling the Molotov itself?
Yes.
Or just... Okay.
One success. Okay,
so you have one extra dice to roll to catch this because it was very accurately thrown.
Okay. Oh, so I have an extra dice for my ranged combat.
Yeah, well, you're not doing a ranged combat. You're doing... Let me see what you would do.
You're rolling to see if you catch the fucking thing.
Okay,
so
that's
you're going to do. You're gonna do a mobility.
Yeah,
to catch
sounds
it.
Right.
It makes sense, but fuck, I have nothing in mobility. It's just my strength, agility, stress dice, and my armor penalty. All right, so I just need one success, though, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And you have one extra dice. You have one extra dice.
Oh, so I do get a bonus dice. Okay.
Yes.
That's what threw me off. You said the extra dice, but I meant extra dice on my roll to throw it, not to. I see what you're saying now. All right, so that's one success. So I'm good. I catch it, right? Okay.
All right.
What do you say could possibly break on me? I'm trying not to die myself.
And I'm never going to ever say something like, but do you have a lighter? Because you're in a zombie apocalypse. If you don't carry a lighter, you're dead already because you were too dumb to survive.
Well, then also I had most of my basic gear. And National Guard would be given like.
Oh yeah, no. I'm like
you actually would have like a proper like fire starter that doesn't need like fuel.
And most people,
the first steel style one.
Most regular people, they don't even carry Zippos. They literally went out and found themselves Zippos. They don't carry like Bic lighters. They literally went out and found themselves fucking Zippos.
Oh yeah.
You know.
All right.
We need some reliability in the apocalypse.
So yeah, so now that I've caught it, I'm then going to light it, and I want to throw it far back enough to essentially deter the herd to go that way more so for
Gotcha.
the time being.
All right, so I need
And
you to
I'll-
make
I'll
me
take it forever.
a Molotov roll. Do you have Molotov on your character sheet?
No, but I can add it real quick.
Actually, you don't need to worry about
I
it
can
because the
tell you
damage
what
is the damage is going to be to the horde. I just need you
Yeah.
to roll the ranged attack.
Yep. And that's gonna be a lot better. That's 8. That's 10 dice. Hopefully, maybe, please. Woo!
Was it still
Wow.
scary?
The success is on your stress dice, by the way.
I know.
That's
No,
just a messy success. It's going to
what I
become.
find funny is I had 3 5s and 2 4s so close to.
So you basically hurl the Molotov. You get trying to get some distance on it to put it a little bit away, and it basically splashes down into a group of walkers. They get lit up on fire. They quickly do the walker thing when they get lit on fire, which is kind of stumbling around in circles. The walkers, when they're on fire, are literally just like overstimulated kids. Because they don't, there's action activity all over them, but they don't have anything to grab. So they just start kind of spinning in circles and going this aimlessly. And the other walkers begin like trying to grab them. Some of them catch on fire. It's a lovely thing. So, yes, you're getting the exact thing you want. Is that end of the horde is starting to be distracted by the fires.
All right, and then once I see that happens, I'm going to train my gun back in the circle just to look through the scope to see what's going on with Coco.
Gotcha. And Coco, we're coming back to you.
Oh, well, I was going to ask. I saw a Molotov fly.
You have seen-
Even though I'm like focusing, I'm sure I saw. And then a second one land into part of the horde that is probably what?
Closer to you,
15
actually.
yards from me?
Yeah.
Closer to me? Yeah.
Oh, fuck, my bad.
Well, I mean, you didn't hit me. I don't care. You knew where I was. You didn't throw it at me.
Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't think it was going to be close to you, though.
Oh,
So-
remember, we're at the end of a street in a cul-de-sac. There's not a lot of
Yeah.
room down here.
Yeah, I thought
So
maybe it was
as-
a little wider out, but anyway.
As I move in, holding my knife, in a non-attack posture, hand up, I'm going to mouth the words parlay. and I am looking back and forth through any of them that can see me,
The ones who are kind of like
and I am
running.
and I am moving. I'm moving with the crowd of walkers,
Mhm.
but I'm not moving into them. I'm keeping out of reach of them to be able to push them to me, but I am making sure they see me now.
All right.
And I'm mouthing the word parlay with like a
Yep.
come on.
You hear one of them start moaning, like one of the people with the walker on a stick starts moaning real loud, just like a walker would, but louder than
Yeah.
normal. And you see that the two people in the center turn around, and the one that is facing you is the one that was moving through the horde. Now that you can see them more clearly, is a woman. She's got like. Well, she's caked in guts, of course, but
Yeah.
her hair is like under some kind of do-rag. It's pulled up tight with her hair caught up underneath it, and you can see that she's wearing a long coat that's coated in the guts. Under
Yeah.
the coat, you can see that because she's facing you now. There is a machete on her left hip. There is a canteen on her right hip. And oddly enough, just below the canteen, like hanging on kind of like off a low holster, there is a squirt bottle on her right hip as well. And so she's they're looking at you, and they look up at the person standing in front of them. The person standing in front of them is full on wearing like a Friday the 13th mask. You know what I mean? Walker, Jason Voorhees mask type thing. And they're covered in guts as well. They stand about 6 foot. And they're,
So just a little taller than me.
yeah, just a little taller than you. The person who walked up to them, the person you were trying to follow, was much shorter than you. As they're looking at you, they have in their hands, as they're walking, like kind of, they're holding on one hand, is a .30 caliber machine gun.
Okay.
And they kind of like they look over, kind of look around at you, and they basically just hold up a hand and they wave you in. And the guys in the poles just push the poles apart, push the walkers apart, and give you just barely enough room to squeeze by.
I flip the knife, sheath it, and keep moving forward, hands raised, and I walk up to him and I say in the lowest whisper I can, "How about we lose no one else today? We have a conversation about how we could mutually benefit each other."
He leans over to the woman and he whispers something in her ear, very low. And they nod and they begin walking off. And the circle suddenly gets much smaller as they tap. You see them tap two people as they're walking by, and they instead of parting, they start pushing their walkers forward. And then the circle closes back around them to keep the other walkers at bay. But they're now walking with two people with walkers on catch poles, and you see them moving, and you can already tell that they're starting to do a big loop.
Yep, make everyone circle us.
Yep.
Okay.
So you guys see that the horde starts moving in this odd spiral pattern.
I want to look. I want to,
He's standing still, but he's like slowly swaying back and forth, almost like he's walking in place.
I follow suit. I've stood in walkers before, so I follow suit. I reach in because there's none directly on us, right? They are within a point where like I could. You have
about like the people who have the push poles, their backs are like right near you.
Okay.
But between you and the walkers, there's like 5 feet.
Then I won't risk it yet. Actually, what I'll do is I will like hold a hand up. I'll reach into my pocket, pull out a pack of cigarettes, give it a shake, and like lean it towards him.
They just at their waist, they just hold up a hand, like waving it off.
Okay, and I put it back. I look to him, and I keep hands in plain sight, and I move closer. I want to take a look over, and I can see Alex on top of the truck. I'm sure we're close enough. I can definitely see him.
You actually see there's some other people like climbing up onto the truck now. And some like you can see that there's a couple like there's the remember the younger guy and the girlfriend who was with they're up there and they look like they have some long rifles, nothing semi-automatic or anything like that, but they're like they get up and they lay down like on the one of them lays down on the roof of the truck and one of them lays down on up by where Alex is, but they both lay down with the long rifles so they can have some cover.
I speak directly to the man. Don't concern yourself, and I like give a motion to Alex and kind of like close my fist and move it back and forth, hoping he'll understand that I mean
hold off.
Hold off. Like do nothing. Hold.
Alex, that young couple, the one who's the sister of the lady. They're coming up on the top of the cab with you, and they're like, "What's going on? What's happening?"
It's like, just don't shoot until I say.
Yep. Andy, what are you doing? You can see him making the same gesture. I'm assuming you got one more Molotov. You had 3 or 2.
I had 4 apparently, so I have 2.
Have you brought the other ones out on the roof with you?
I think they definitely have them with them.
They're just they're cross-legged, sitting next to him.
Yeah,
just hanging out.
Andy's probably waiting to see what the fuck's happening because this is weird with the walkers. But is entirely ready to lob 2 more Molotovs.
Gotcha.
If the need arises.
Okay. I look at the man. And I
hockey mask still in place.
Hockey mask still in place. I would love to trying to figure out how I can I can't stage whisper for my life. Fuck. You
That's
think all
okay.
those years in theater, I would know how to do it without sounding like an asshole. But I look at him and I say, I would love to have a conversation. I am not the leader of this group, but very clearly you have the upper hand here. I simply want to see no one else die, and I want to see what we can do to benefit each other. Your man on the inside is dead, as I'm sure all of you know.
The mass nods up and down very, very, very succinctly.
Mm-hmm. I didn't want to kill that man. I liked him. But he tried to kill me directly. And so I did what I felt I had to do. I now understand his situation a bit better. And I see the power that y'all hold. I am aware of who the Reclaimers are. And honestly, I respect y'all's disdain for the tower. What I would like, if we can have a meeting with the people who do lead this community, which I could easily arrange. Clearly, y'all have many cards on the table. I would like for us to find a way that we could benefit you, and you could possibly leave us be at the bare minimum. I will personally do what I can to assist you.
He kind of like, he sits there, he's obviously considering it for a minute, and then he says,
Yeah.
in a voice that's very croaky,
Mm-hmm.
I'll pull the horde back. 1 hour. Third house, and he points to the left-hand side of the street, up from your blockade. You and the leader, that's it.
You know what? She says she's not a leader, but she is. I'll make it happen. And I reach my hand out for him.
He's like, shakes his head no.
Fist bump? No. Understood. And I keep my hands up.
Mm-hmm.
And I back away.
The people, you hear a little like double click noise. You know those little clickers they use to train dogs?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you hear. And you don't see him move at all. And you see the people behind you like part to let you walk out.
Mm-hmm. I back away.
Mm-hmm.
I fade into the walkers.
Mm-hmm.
I consider for a moment giving a sign to fire and pointing
As
at
you're
the
backing,
wagon.
away,
Mhm.
he does one other thing. He reaches down. He slips one of the ammo cases open.
Mhm.
You think he's gonna like start loading the bar or something like that?
Yeah,
The ammo case is full of fucking grenades.
I figured. I was thinking it was grenades.
And he just picks
I say-
one up and he like puts his finger into the pin and just sits there and
Mhm.
looks at you.
I have the thought. And I don't know if she can make the throw. If they can make the throw. I don't know if they can.
You
What I
also have to
wanna do-
remember. It's a
Do
mullet.
you really want me to do this much arson at a time?
You also have to remember
Leave it
that
like
they're.
that.
Hang on a second. They're in ammo cases for a reason.
Yes. But
They're heat resistant.
he just pulled one out.
Mm-hmm.
He's got his finger on it.
Mm-hmm.
If he is lit on fire, he jerks. He drops. He hits. If the rolls go well,
Yeah.
he hits. It takes out their whole
then
crew.
we have an explosion that potentially is going to get walkers to come to us after that, though.
Well, that's a problem we can deal with later, but would also wipe out a number of walkers directly in the area. But I'm also in a very close proximity.
Yeah,
to this,
you
and
get
I'm
wiped
not,
out
like-
right along with everyone else.
Yeah, I would have to hit the fucking dirt and hope for the goddamn best.
If grenades are actually technically pretty fucking stable nowadays,
Yeah.
But if even one of the grenades inside a case goes off,
yeah,
it's fucking over.
yeah, all of them are going.
Well, and not just that, because it's in a case like that, it's also going to add more of a concussive blast because you're essentially creating
The case is going to turn into shrapnel.
The case is going to be shrapnel, and the others are going to go off behind it.
Yeah, the case is going to be shrapnel. The wagon's going to be shrapnel. All the walkers around it are going to be shrapnel.
Everything.
All the living people.
Coco's going to be shrapnel.
Yep, and that's why I do it.
Damn it, Carl
Coco's
said
here.
builds character.
This Coco wants to do it so bad.
The
But
other
everyone-
Coco has more survival instincts because they have a goal.
I have the instincts as well. It's just me, but I want to do it because it's a game. But I don't want to do it because I don't want to die yet. So I back away. I make my way out of the crowd, just moving.
Yeah.
Put my arms down. I consider for one more moment as I get far enough away. I kind of like.
You can see that he with the center begins moving like with the swirl of traffic, but going towards the edge of the walker horde. And then as they get back down to the street, you can see that he only walks out of the horde and begins shoveling up to the house he indicated.
Is the wagon still in the center?
No, he has the wagon with him.
He has the wagon with him? Okay.
Yep. He goes around like behind the house.
Okay. Smart man. I'm gonna go and move towards the house, and I'm gonna give Alex and Andy a wave.
Mm-hmm.
And as I get away from the walkers and I get up to the truck, I tell them, "Find Mariana, fucking now.
All right.
We can salvage this."
So as you guys are you talking that to who'd you say that to directly? Because
I said to
there's
Andy.
now Andy, Alex, and the young couple are all there. They're the young couple are the only ones who came out to help you defend the place.
I say to the young couple, "Go get Mariana now."
Andy's still just on the roof, not on the truck.
I motion for you to I
Yeah.
motion as I walk up. I
Oh,
assume
okay.
y'all see me moving
Yeah.
up, and y'all kind of come to see what's going on. Mind you, I'm covered in blood.
Chunks.
This is the first time y'all see me
Chunky
the
bits.
chunks. The chunks I tend to leave off. The blood is enough for the smell, and I tend to. When I'm not clothed, if I'm clothed, the chunks go on. If I'm unclothed, I leave it be a little bit. But
Tomato. Damn it, Carl.
Tomato.
Damn it, Carl.
Coral.
As I see Josh, coming up, you're gonna see Alex because Alex was mainly in a kneeling position the whole time. Whenever they were aiming down, they're gonna stand up.
now.
Do not turn to Sam. Do not turn to Sam.
Phrasing, Cal.
Anyway, but they're going to flick the safety on to the M4 and then tell the other two, just back up. Not back up, but hey.
Oh yeah, no. They're those two. Once you said to hold off, those two were just waiting and watching and looking around. Once they saw Josh come out of the horde and start moving back towards them, they were first off they aimed at him because they're like, "Oh shit, a walker!"
Yeah, as soon as I saw them move, I literally grabbed the front of their gun and lifted up.
Yeah.
Whoever was closer to me.
And so then they once they get then they're and then you basically once they understand what's going on, you guys get through, kind of come through the blockade. The young woman, I can't remember her name. I know I gave her a name, but I can't remember right now. She goes. You say get Mariana, and she nods and she runs off towards Mariana's house. The other guy is like, "So, are they leaving? Did you talk them out of attacking? What the hell's going on?"
I'm speaking to Mariana.
No. You're talking
Or,
to
yeah,
the young guy.
Young man.
yeah, the sister's boyfriend.
I pull out a cigarette and I light it. They're not leaving yet. I think we can possibly make a deal because what they want is simply supplies. I did my best to satiate their ego, is as best I could put it. Built them up, told them how much I respect how they feel towards the tower, because in truth, I feel the same. But I think I got his attention enough, and I think that our clear lack of rolling over and someone having a similar skill set to them, maybe we've started this in a good way. They want things. They want things to fight the tower. That's what they want. And I think that we as a community can provide that. And I think if we can make the right deal, maybe we can give them enough or help them get enough that they will, at minimum, leave us be.
So you want us to give them the stuff that keeps us alive?
No, I want to help them get things that keep us alive. We're not beating them. These are the Reclaimers. We might be able to kill all of these here, but there are many more. And they are a pseudo-religious cult. Their convictions are what drive them. Little more.
We've heard of the Reclaimers, and we know that they want to bring down the tower, but they've never come out. And this is the guy talking still.
Yeah.
They've never come out this far before because they're locked in their little turf war with the fucking tower, so they never want to get far away from the tower. He's like, so they never come out this far. Why would they be out here?
I can tell you right now. Have you been outside these walls? Are you from this area at all?
Yeah. I mean,
you know the Dick Sporting Goods warehouse over there?
Yeah.
Just down the road?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what those places have?
Mm-hmm.
They have large vault rooms full of guns. They are here to get that. I would guarantee you. If I was them, I would travel this far away from New Orleans proper.
If they get that,
city.
Then even if they decide it's not worth wasting the ammo to kill us all, we're going to be completely outgunned. I mean, no one else would come out to help. And the only reason we have these is because we got them out of the van. I don't think any of the people have any guns in here.
Between you and me, I have a line on probably a couple of good guns. And maybe an idea of where we could find some more.
He's like, he's like, I've got a box of shells for this. She's got a box of shells for hers that's about half empty. He's like, and hers is a fucking 22.
Well, look. I can get you more guns, and I think we'll be okay on ammo for the most part. I think if a few of us offer our help in whatever they want to do against the tower, maybe they leave us be.
I'm thinking more along the lines of they try and make us become Reclaimers.
I think that's a discussion to be had with people other than these. But
about this time, the girl comes running back,
mm-hmm.
and she comes running. She's like, "I can't find Mariana."
Did that? Who was the last to see her?
And the guy says, "We'll call him Tim." Tim says, okay. "I saw her run into her house. No one else lives with Mariana. It's the only perk she's ever asked for, and so." I don't know if she ran out the back or what, but she went in there by herself right when this started. Yes.
As a former rich bitch turned street kid, would I know that there's potentially a bomb shelter kind of thing in?
Yeah. Bomb shelters, panic rooms, stuff like that. This is a very well-off neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking panic room.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. Alex, Andy, we need to find her now. if that coward is hiding and going to allow her entire community to be killed to save her own skin, I think everyone needs to know that. Which, Tim, right?
Yeah.
Josh, and I shake his hand, my blood-covered hand. I shake his hand.
He doesn't even
Joshua.
pause. They're in full fucking panic mode right now.
Yeah. My name's Joshua. I'm so sorry I haven't introduced myself before. Shelly, right? Tim and Shelly?
Yeah.
Okay. You two. Shelly, your mother is...
She's in the house. I mean, she's staying with the kids.
Your mother's Erin, correct?
Yeah.
You go stay with the kids, get Erin. She holds some clout here, right? From me watching y'all have some clout here.
We have 7 votes, so...
That's enough for me. I need Erin to be there when we find Mariana.
She's like, Erin, she's not going to come out. She's going to stay with the kids. I will tell you right now, I don't give a fuck what she says. I will carry all their votes.
Cool. That works for me. Shelly, Tim, come with us. I'm going directly into Mariana's house, and I am... The moment I get in there, I start saying, Mariana, where the fuck are you?
You walk into Mariana's
Could I
house.
potentially roll tech on this one because like panic rooms are tech.
Roll tech.
I was gonna ask the same thing.
As you walk into Mariana's house, number 1, when you go up to the door is closed and locked.
I kicked the fuck
Shelly says that wasn't closed and locked.
just a moment ago. It wasn't.
Yeah,
I look for cameras.
there's cameras.
You said we
Everywhere.
have a bless.
Yep. Yes, you have bless.
Okay, so I get to roll a d4.
Yes, Kel. Yes, you do.
Okay.
I was going to say once this will mainly be once we get in the door because I didn't realize it was locked when we got back up there. I was going to say, is there any way for me, like, once we get inside to, like, scout to see if there's anything that's been moved? A lot of times panic rooms, too, will be stuff like you have to move to get access to. Like,
Gotcha.
Even if it's not, like, major moves.
You can do a
Like
scout when you
bookcase.
get into the house.
Yep.
Okay.
So I look up at the cameras. I look by the front door. Is there any panel for a keypad on the front door? Anything like that, or something that looks like it might be able to be like a keypad to unlock something from the outside?
You see that there is like a panel on the right hand side of the door. It's got like there's a plastic like weatherproofing kit covering over it. When you flip it up, there's a key card reader.
Key card reader. Cool.
And Liz, what were you gonna say?
Okay, so one, how does the blessed dice work? Because
It's you roll the d4 and add it to 1 dice.
Okay. So then I've got 2 successes then.
2 successes? Perfect. All right. So you fuck, I forgot what you were rolling for.
Tech.
Tech. Oh yeah. As you come up, number 1, you can see that there's the keypad is there on the side of the door. Number 2, because you're rolling tech in concept of security, the first thing you notice is the next thing you notice is that the door frame is steel, and so is the door.
As I want
Okay.
to say, I at first thought it was the kick, and then I look up at the cameras. I go to kick, and I go, no, okay. I
Way to
catch
break your
myself
ankle.
before- Yeah,
Andy's
exactly. I
gonna
catch
pull
myself before I do
Andy's
that.
gonna pull a John Carter and
What's
pull
that?
out essentially the same shit that he does in Terminator 2. So they are going to do the mag strip, and they're going to program to get into the door.
Okay, so it's not a key card with a mag strip. It's one of the magnetic key cards you just put against the plate.
Oh, it's RFID?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's easier then. Like, you can fake that pretty easily. Yeah. No, like, Andy's gonna essentially pull out a device and go,
That's stretching it a little. Where would Andy get the device? If you come up with a decent reason, you can have it. But in a time period where there's barely no electricity.
Well, so RFID, the great thing about RFID is it doesn't need a lot of electricity. It is very low frequency radio.
Yes.
And so, like, all you need is like all you need is like a coin cell. And a spoofer to do it.
How big are spoofers?
Not big.
Okay.
Even in
Size of
2010, you're looking at like a cell phone
Cell phone
size.
size.
if
Cell phone
anything.
size.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Do me a favor. Let's do this. Let's make it really, really fair. We're going to make it a 50-50 roll on a D6. You can call it high or low, and if you win, you get it.
All right, guys. What do you think?
I say
It is
low.
a 50-50 chance with the way I roll.
I say low.
I'm feeling high.
Oh, boy.
It's not 420.
Oh.
You know
Soon,
what?
though.
No, low. Go low. Go low.
All right.
Actually,
well,
follow your fucking heart.
I.e., I want no responsibility for this.
No, I'm saying low.
D6.
D6.
Is it a D6?
Yeah, D6, and it's high or low. You call it before you roll. You can't lend
call
any.
low.
No one can lend any hands. No one can do anything else. This is natural one is the lowest you can go. All right, so you have an RFID spoofer on you, and you basically spoof the lock.
Smart.
One time we're happy for a nat one. So, yeah, you spoof it. Let's put it this way, Josh, you're kind of looking at this shit going, fucking steel frames,
Oh,
goddamn security door.
I was reaching into my little pouch that I keep on me to
Yeah.
grab a screwdriver and just shove it into something. I was about to just start stabbing shit.
Yeah, but Andy just kind of puts his body real fast and just pulls out this weird little metal thing. It's like, holds it on a second, there's a bunch of green lights that go across, and it goes, teek, and the door goes, ka-chink, and opens.
I just walk in. I want to get a quick scan of the room.
So basically, this is the way it looks. On the left-hand side is an office that has the windows facing the front porch. On the right-hand side, there is a door that obviously immediately goes to the garage because that's just to the right of the building there. Then there's blank wall that goes from where the garage was, and you pretty much figure that the blank wall is probably there's a master bedroom on the other side of the garage with a bathroom and everything like that. Just past the office, there's a staircase going upstairs. Past that, on the left-hand side, there's a great room that has a dining room, living room, and a big open bay kitchen. To the right of that, and like there's the hallway that goes down to where probably the entrance to the bedroom is, and who knows, maybe a laundry room or something down there. And on the other side of that wall that the hallway goes down, there is a breakfast area that's right off the kitchen that is like in a big old sunroom. You can see there is a back door that is not a typical back door, nothing super light. It's a heavy steel back door, and that is all you can see on the ground floor. There is a living room set that looks in perfect condition. Yes, Cal.
All right, you said once we get inside, scout roll, right?
Yes.
I just want to make sure I have the right skill. Cool.
Yeah.
I would like to go for a survival roll.
What are you looking for?
And what I'm looking is, I guess it would be, scout might be, or tech. I have lived in a lot of houses in my life with how much I've moved. I've been in rich people houses. I'm trying to see, as I walk around this bottom floor, does it look like any of the rooms are not close enough together? Like as
The biggest problem is the only thing you can really see on rooms on the ground floor from your position where you're at is the office, which butts right up to the wall for the dining room and the great room area. Oh, no, not the dining room, the living room and the great room area. So there's no space on that. Then it's just a great room on that left side of the house that goes down to the kitchen, which the kitchen has the back door. And then directly across from the kitchen is the breakfast nook. And then the breakfast nook has a wall on it, on your right side, and there is a hallway that goes down that wall. So this wall to your right is solid, and it's got like pictures all over it and everything like that.
Well, I guess my question is, does it look? I want to make a roll to see if I can tell.
Depends on how big. I'll give you this. It depends on how big the master bedroom is. You have to go down and see how big the master bedroom is to see if there's anything missing. But on this, I'm telling you, don't even need to make a roll for what you can see. There's nothing not accounted for.
Okay, then I'm going to move directly towards the master bedroom while everyone else does their thing.
All right, and what are you guys doing, Kel? Nothing's
go ahead.
moved. You got one success. Nothing is moved. There's no signs of anything. You got two
Well, no,
successes.
it was 2 successes. One of them was on the stress die.
Okay, that's a sloppy success. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's nothing is moved, nothing isn't changed in this area in this room. There's no signs of like so you had to move something out of the way to get into that or anything like that. And by the way, 90% of panic rooms are designed to not be revealed by moving any furniture because that lets people know where you went to go to your panic room.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not saying like anything had to move drastically, like where like a bookcase is gonna be like a not.
They
not
won't
against the
even
wall.
put a bookcase that a book might get knocked over by closing on.
A lot of them are push walls now.
Yep.
Yeah,
Well, that-
I'm not saying Mariana was smart with hers. It was just a hope.
So, what are you doing, Andy?
I'm trying to think, like, what's
Oh.
the likelihood of Andy...
As you move into the room, the lights turn on.
Automatically, or
Yeah,
like
there's movement sensors.
cool,
Okay.
awesome.
She has
Oh, I am-
electricity.
Yeah. I'm looking for more cameras.
There's cameras in the corners.
Cool. Every one that I see. Hey, Alex, can I get that shotgun, please?
Oh,
Actually,
Jesus
your
Christ.
rifle. Your rifle. I'm not
It's
going to shoot
12.
anything.
It's 12-foot ceilings. You could literally just swing something and knock them off.
Actually,
Is there a computer system down here?
No.
No.
I figured. I look around. Lamp, heavy curtain rod, something.
Yeah. No. Heavy curtain rods are right there. Nice
I-
big drapes.
I walk up and I make sure that she can see me. I yank a curtain rod down, and then I bash every camera as I move through the fucking house. As I move through, I don't break them. I just nudge them so they don't see me anymore.
All right. Basically, nudge them up to where they're looking at the ceiling type thing.
Yep, just
Yep.
tap
Got it.
them up.
I thought you were breaking them.
I thought you were breaking them too.
I thought about it for a second, but at the same time, if this, I want to kill this bitch now. She was gonna leave everyone for dead. And Tim and Shelly are behind us, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
Shelly's like, I went upstairs and checked. There's no one. There's two guest rooms and like a big living area and another bathroom up there. It's really nice.
really nice. Good. Maybe your family can move in here after we deal with Mariana.
She's like, what?
I'm gonna, as I move through, and I make sure I hit every room and push them all up, and then I'm gonna go and I'm gonna look at the bedroom door, which I'm sure the master bedroom door is closed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna like cautiously touch it.
It is a thick, solid door,
Mhm.
and it is locked, but it is not on a steel frame. It is on a very thick
Okay.
wood frame, but it's not on a steel frame.
What kind of lock am I looking at? Like a deadbolt styled lock, or am I looking at like a?
If
more
there is a
classical-
if there's a deadbolt on this, there is no panel on the outside for the deadbolt. Yes,
we look.
let's-
Can we just saw through the drywall?
I was gonna say the drywall is the weak spot, probably.
I want to. I don't mean a deadbolt traditionally. I mean on the actual doorknob. Does it look like a standard, normal house doorknob, or does it look more like a front door doorknob?
There is a keypad to the left of the door.
A keypad? Well, those are bypassed. I actually kind of know how to do that. Can I roll a tech roll?
Go for it.
Pop the keypad and then use the two
To
hot
see if you can do the hot.
the hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything in my wits has 5 dice.
So 3.
Okay,
How many successes did you get?
that's 2 on the standard dice. I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna save that D4, which I rolled a 4 on.
Oh, by the way, we have changed scenes because we left the cul-de-sac and went inside the house, so the
okay,
bless
then
is
I
no
don't
longer
have-
in effect.
Left is no longer in effect. Unless someone wants to give it to us again. Okay.
And for those of you who don't know, if you look at your dagger dollars as they accumulate, you can see what you can buy with dagger dollars, or you can donate to PCRF to affect the dice rolls. If you choose to donate to PCRF, you can do so at the link I'm about to put into chat. Ooh, doo, 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 doo. It's right there. Actually, I'll put it in anyway. And the tagged post at the top will show you what you can do with those dice. With those donations, I should say.
2 successes.
2 successes. Dun dun dun. So you get the panel off. You quickly find the main positive, and you basically feed it into a bunch of other wires until the door finally goes pop.
So I'm just going to show everyone. Those are all 2s.
That's terrifying.
4 out of my 5. I had all 2s and a 3. These dice aren't liking me now.
So is that 2 or 1? Yes, Kel.
I was going to say, as Coco or as Josh is doing this, they're going to ask us, like, where'd you learn this from? Because the
Look,
fact
man,
that you see Coco do so much shit, it's like, what have you done?
So we can get into my full history later tonight because I'm going to need a drink and we can talk. But
we can drink. I'm gonna need a drink and we can talk.
yep, I'm going to need a drink and we can talk. Needless to say, I was a very paranoid person before the world fell, and I learned a lot of things in case I ever needed to have access to that information. Long and short,
Oh, by the way, Andy has a +1 for lend a hand.
I seem to
I saw.
have been preparing for this my whole life without realizing it.
Yeah, hearing that, Alex just put his hands up to step back and let him do his thing.
All
So,
right. Well, the door pops open. The bedroom is fucking orderly as shit. This is an apocalypse. The bed is perfectly made. There's a dresser. There's a little. You can see that on to the left side there is a door which probably goes to a walk-in closet. To the right side there is an open door that goes into a ensuite. The ensuite has like a whirlpool jacuzzi tub. A big vanity with a whole makeup set up in front of it. It also has a standing shower as well as the tub. It has the closet door is closed, and there is like no real big bedroom furniture in here. It's like there's a couch and a sitting chair, reading chair, and stuff like that. And there's bookshelves along one wall that have like all kinds of different novels and like a bunch of IT books on software development and everything like that.
I want to look for where the camera is in this room.
There is no camera in this room.
Cool. Okay. I'm going to look into the bathroom to see a clear vision of like where the wall ends, where the wall of the ensuite bathroom ends. I want to see how far it goes in. I kind of notate that. I'm going to guess that the bed is up against the wall that like has the bathroom and the... Yeah.
And the bed has one of those super cushiony headboards that's actually mounted to the wall.
Cool. I'm going to walk and I'm going to like knock, 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 and see if I hear any kind of difference.
The bed would be on the outside wall of the house.
Oh, it's on the outside wall.
Yeah.
It's not on. I was asking if it was on the wall of the.
Yeah, no, that was my bad. My bad. The wall that would be separating the garage from the rest of the ensuite and everything like that would be on the other end of the walk-in closet and the ensuite.
Okay, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna try the door on the
Closet.
on the closet. Yep,
Normal closet door.
normal closet door. I'm gonna open it.
Okay.
I'm gonna look.
As you open it, the lights automatically come on. Neatly hung clothes, an entire shoe case set in the back. There is a bunch of other things, like standard, very orderly, very neat closet. Liz, what are you doing?
I'm gonna pull the Scooby-Doo and I'm gonna check the fucking bookshelf, damn it.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a scout roll.
Scout roll, alright. Let's see. I messed up.
Damn it, Carl, the bed's not sexy just because it's padded.
Oh, wait, but I have a
+1.
freaking +1. So I have multiple 5s on that, so I have at least a success.
Okay.
So I messed up, but succeed.
So the bookshelf. Let's see. That's on the outside. The bookshelf is actually against the wall that actually covers the hallway. So there's nothing there that could be an entrance. If it put it this way, the bookshelf opened up or came out, you'd be stepping back into the hallway.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Kel.
I was going to say, because I was actually going to do the same thing as Coco there. With so from the opposite wall they're working on, I want to do the same thing of knock on the panels and just meet them in the middle.
Got it. So Kel, you're in the closet, and sorry, didn't mean to out you. Alex is in the closet, and I'm assuming that Josh is in the closet, and you're both kind of like looking around. You quickly determine it's kind of easy, just spatially, that this room takes up the entire area that it's supposed to.
Okay.
And did you guys make scout rolls?
No, not yet. Well, I didn't.
Well, you both can make me scout rolls, or one of you can make me scout rolls with bonuses.
So 2 successes, but I messed up on a die.
What did you
3
do?
on my regular dice.
What happened to your bad dice?
I haven't rolled them yet.
Oh,
That's 1, so 4. No ones. Cool. 4 successes.
both of you, as you're walking along, you kind of basically come to the same thing. Once you check all the walls and you see that there's no dead panels or anything like that in the walls, you guys look down, and at the same time you can, because you both got more than enough successes, at the same time you both see it in the carpeting, in the floor. There is one metal ring in the flooring. You don't see any seams, any gaps. The only thing that gives it away is the metal ring that's buried in the plush carpeting.
In a hushed tone, I'm going to turn to Josh and say, do you want to open or should I? And I'll have my hand on my sidearm, depending on what his answer is.
I want to look at the look for cameras.
There is a camera in the closet.
Okay.
Cool. I'm going to look at it. I'm going to pull out kindness.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to break the barrel, pull out the empty shell from when I took out Zach. I'm going to drop it on the ground. I only have 2 shells in my pants. I only brought 2 with me. All the rest are in my vest. I put 1 in. I close the barrel. I look up at the camera and I say, Mariana, I want to have a conversation with you, but if you make it difficult and make me do something that I regret, I don't know that I can save your community. The Reclaimers are here, and you've run and hide in a panic room to wait out the death of everyone else here. I'm going to put this away now, but I want you to know that I have it. And I'm sure, down in your little panic room, that you have something too. But I'm willing to bet that I can outdo you. And I'm going to put the gun back. Now, if you would be so kind, and I motion, Alex, put it away. It's fine.
Yeah, I don't even have it out. I just have my hand off. I'm going to take my hand off it, though.
I'm going to have my hands up. Alex will do the same.
Mm-hmm.
You can come out on your own, and we can deal with this.
You hear a click, and you hear the static of a cheap tinny speaker, and you hear Mariana's voice come on, and you can hear the fact that she is... Her voice is cracked with, fear and everything else. And she says, look, I never meant to start a community, okay? Someone just caught me outside of my house one day, and they asked me what was safe and what was not safe, and the people just started showing up. I'm not in charge here. You guys can do what you want. I don't need a community. I just don't want to die. And I'm safe in here. I've got food. I've got everything I need. You guys can do whatever you need to do. I'm not saying I'm telling you to do anything. I never wanted to tell anyone to do anything. I haven't had my meds in 6 months.
What do you take? I don't mean to be personal like that, but I can maybe get it for you just to
She
help you.
She gives the typical list of antidepressants for the time period, and then she starts ticking off some, like, if you would you be familiar? Yeah.
Very. There's a lot of
She
them, yeah.
starts ticking off some heavy antipsychotics.
Now, what could it be? Can
She
I
says-
do a straight, just 3-die empathy roll? I want to see if this feels like, because I've dealt with this in my life before, if this feels like someone who truly needs all of this, or if it's a bit of hypochondria.
It's going to be really hard, but you can make a 3-die roll for it. Absolutely.
No stress, just 3.
Yeah.
I'm making it super low. My empathy is just
Gotcha.
Or I could go with 4 for wits, because that's kind of either one.
No, you can do
I
it.
don't.
Yeah, wits fits.
Which fits? Okay. What's that?
No, they don't have bless, baby. Jessica was asking if you had bless still.
2 out of 4.
2 out of that's fucking great. No, some of the stuff she's listing, no one would prescribe it unless they needed it. It's fucking toxic.
Does the combination seem bad together? Is my question.
She probably suffers from either some degree of schizophrenia, or
was about to ask,
or even worse, paranoid schizophrenia.
Did I hear something like Lamictal combined with like Prozac and stuff
Yeah,
like that?
yeah,
Probably Abilify
very
as
much
well.
so. And if she's been surviving without this, number one, she is fucking excellent at masking. And number two, who knows how long she's probably been over the edge.
So I want to tell her. I myself take one of those. I have some at my house. I will give you enough, or at where you've let me stay. I will give you enough of that to hold you over till I can find you some more. That being said, if you don't want to be a leader of this community, tell them. Tell them outright. Let them know. You are not in a state to be a leader of this community.
She says, I never
And
wanted
you
to lead
don't-
this community in the first place. They just kept on asking me things.
Then you need to tell them now that you have no interest. There are plenty of people here.
I'm
who are
not
people
coming
that
out.
care about-
I am not coming out. And no one better try and come in.
You know what? As someone with my own problems, I can respect your position. I don't know that I respect you, but I respect your position. The position you are in. You stay, and I will go talk to the others and see who they want to represent them as I go try to save your fucking people. Because whether you like it or not, these are your people. And you see Tim and Shelley here?
Tim and Shelley look like, for some reason, they look really fucking crestfallen.
They have heard everything you've said. They know that you would let all of them fucking die. And how they decide to deal with you is up to all of them. I know what I want to do. I know what I believe you deserve. But out of respect for your position alone, I will leave you be for now. And I will go find someone else to speak for this community. And I am going to talk, turn, and walk away.
There's not even a response. Kim and Shelley are like, Tim is talking to Shelley right now, and he's like, she always had an answer for fucking everything. Every time we had any fucking problem, she knew what to do.
She's a smart person, and she's also full of shit, Tim.
Tim's like, and Tim looks at you, and he's like, you do it.
I do not want to be y'all's leader because I will not be here forever.
He's like,
But if
then
you-
just handle this.
I would like one person from your community, from the original community, to come with me so that y'all are not simply going off of my word.
Where's Zach?
Zach is the one who brought the reclaimers here.
What?
Zach is the one who turned you over. David is currently injured across the neighborhood.
You guys, Tim's like puts his hands on top of his head and just starts pacing back and forth.
I grabbed Tim by the head. I'm going to make a leadership roll.
Okay.
I grabbed Tim by the face.
Mm-hmm.
How old is Tim? Real quick, how old is Tim?
24, 25.
24? Okay, I'm actually going to go with manipulation then. I'm going to take out a cigarette. I'm going to put it in his mouth. I'm going to light it. And I'm going to make a manipulate. I'm going to put the hands on either side of his head.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to make a manipulation roll because with my cigarettes I get a +1 die to it for my pack of cigarettes. So that's going to be 5 for manipulation.
Way to use a pack of cigarettes in the scene.
What?
I said, way to use a pack of cigarettes in the scene.
That's why I keep them. That's why I brought them with me, was to either diffuse the situation or make him calm down. Make someone calm down. Do I need to roll my stress with this?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Making sure.
Coco, you know this is just the power of peer pressure, right?
No, this is me knowing that a cigarette can calm you down.
Or cause a stroke, depending.
3 on the main.
Uh-oh.
2 on the stress with no ones. That's 5 successes out of
Holy
10
shit.
dice.
Kel, what were you going to say? You're muted. Kel, you're muted.
I didn't realize I muted the mic there. I was going to say, when it came to the whole power of peer pressure, it's like cigarettes calm, I was like tomato.
So you have a lend a hand, by the way, if you need a +1 to any one of those dice.
Oh, I have a 5 on my stress. I'll knock it up to a 6. That's 6 successes out of 10 dice. This is me. This is Robbie drifting through town in the Bentley, in the Benz again.
All right, so
I hold his face and I say, Tim.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to calm down. You and I are much closer in age than you might think. What I need from you is to gather every adult here, everyone who might have an opinion on this situation. Bring them out front of this house. We have it's been about 15 minutes probably, give or take. We have roughly 40 minutes till I need to be at that house. If you all say that you want me to speak for you, I'm willing to do so. I do not want to. But I would like to be there to assist if anyone else wants to go. Zach is dead. Zach betrayed you. You need to wrap your head around that now. His motives, I can understand. They took his daughter. You can probably understand why he would do this. That being said, he tried to kill me. He was willing to kill all of you. And I can understand his position, but I couldn't let that happen. Because y'all have given me shelter. Y'all are giving me an opportunity to stay alive until I can pursue my own things. I need you to find me someone else to represent your community. Can you do that?
So as you're talking to Tim, the shaking lessens. He goes from being incredibly wide-eyed, you can absolutely see the whites of his eyes, to his eyes going back down to their normal half-lit states, and he's looking at you, and oddly enough,
the cigarette.
Oddly enough, he takes the drag on the cigarette, but oddly enough, as he's standing there, he literally stops and looks at you, and he looks over at Shelly. And Shelly looks at you as well, and you can see, you didn't even know that this was happening, but you can see Shelly was probably in a full-blown panic as well. She just wasn't the one who was, losing her, physically losing it. And Shelly looks at you and she says, if we need to speak for the community, we're the only people here. We're the only people who stepped up. So if you want people to speak for the community, we're the ones who will speak for it.
Which one of you would prefer to do it? I am allowed to bring one other person.
And Tim goes, and then Shelly slaps him upside the head and says, no, you're a better shot. You'll stay back in case I need cover getting the fuck out of there.
Believe it or not, I've been in New Orleans proper. These people are crazy, but they are not unreasonable. They have their own goals and motivations, but they are not unreasonable.
And Tim says, Shelly and I know the reason that my family came here is because we thought it was far enough away from them. We encountered them in the first place. They took our house. They took our supplies. They took everything we had. We only got away because we were able to make it to the van, which we had our go bags and everything stashed in. So that's the only reason we made it out of there. And the only reason we probably survived is because we found this place.
Well, I'm hoping, Shelly, that you and I can keep this place alive. Alex,
Shelly, yeah. Go ahead.
Alex, can you sneak around, post up, and I tell him which house we are, which house we're going to be at. Can you post up with the best vantage point in another house without anyone seeing you get there?
If I drop my vest, I should be able to.
Do what you got to do. Post up. You're going to get one shot. That's what you're going to have. If it needs to be taken, you're going to have one shot. Okay? Tim, actually, take Shelly's rifle. I'm going to go into the kitchen. I'm going to open up the pantry and like the ice box, which I'm assuming is still cold. Any bottles at all in there?
Yes,
preferably
actually.
Preferably a 3-liter bottle.
No, honestly, 3 liters would have already been going bad because of the plastic decay. So most of the bottles in there are glass.
Or glass. I'm going to go into the garage. Any empties. Just looking for empties, anything.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, there's tons. She's been actually keeping them till we wash them and use them.
Okay. I'm going to grab an empty liter bottle. I'm going to go over, find duct tape. And I'm going to start shoving. I'm going to be like, you know what to do. And I hand it to him, hand him the duct tape. Put it on the end of the rifle. Get to a position. You might have one shot, maybe two if we're fucking lucky. Pack that shit tight. The tighter, the better.
And Alex still kind of making noises. As you kind of see when it comes to shooting humans, you can tell he has some discomfort. Now, he'll shoot a walker, no problem, but you can tell he's not comfortable with that even having to shoot a person.
Alex, I've only known you for a couple of days, and I see the struggle you're having right now. If it comes down to it, you're probably going to have to kill someone. I hate to tell you that. And I'm sure you have your reasons for feeling the way you feel. And I respect that. That being said, I need you. Can I roll another, either leadership or manipulation?
I'll give you a leadership, but it's going to take more than... It's not going to be manipulation. This has to be leadership.
Okay.
But you're going to need to score more than one success because you're literally going to be suppressing his flaw.
Yeah, Andy's going to pipe up at this point as well and be like, look, dude, they're trying to potentially kill us. It's kill or be killed here.
You know what?
Tim Spot pops up and is like, I think the potential is a little more than potential.
Tim, you need to put a bottle on yours too. Just saying. I need to, you know what, Andy?
Yes.
Have you ever had to kill anybody? A living person?
I mean, I technically just killed that guy out in the street.
You know what you did. I'm gonna look at Andy in the eye. Can I roll just three empathy dice and just see if she's here? Because she will definitely go into shock here. Like she'll start to hit that point soon. Was that the first person you've ever killed?
They have had to kill people before, yes.
Okay. Can I? You know what? You can tell me. Clearly, it's your character. Would I be able to see if you were doing okay right now?
They're doing fine.
They're doing fine. Nothing. There's.
How much stress dice do you have, Andy?
3.
They're
So
not
you
doing fine.
Well, they're doing better than.
They're doing good
Yeah,
for the situation.
Comparatively speaking, they're doing fine.
Yeah, they're doing
In
great
the
for the situation they're in.
Yeah, like they're not they're stressed, but like having to kill people isn't what stressed them out. It's the fact that their newfound family, to a degree, is kind of in the middle of getting fucking attacked. That's what stressed them out. It's
Attacked,
not the fact that
and they
to
had
kill
a
someone.
traitor who was probably one
Yeah.
of the most loved people in the group.
So
You know what?
it's more that situation than the fact that they just had to kill someone in the street. It's like not my first time. I've had to kill people to save myself before.
You know what, Alex? Given your position, and my respect for you, stand outside and look tough. Stand on top of the tanker because they will likely not shoot at you next to that giant cache of fuel. Just saying, they
What tanker?
definitely want that.
I thought it was just a regular trailer.
It's a regular trailer,
Oh, I
not
thought
a
it was a
tanker.
fuel tanker.
No,
Okay.
no.
Okay, I thought it had fuel in it.
No,
That was what I thought.
no.
Okay.
You must have watched Mad Max after playing one of these games.
No, I literally thought that fuel. Like,
No.
fuel
It is-
reserves were
Honestly, I thought it was a fuel tanker as well.
No.
Yeah.
I thought it was a
That's
fuel
why I've
tanker.
been kind of like iffy about like using the Molotovs near it.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was a fuel tanker.
I
No,
have
no.
been
Sorry.
So concerned. I have been so concerned for hours.
I am
If it was a
sorry
fuel
I made
tanker,
you stress
would've
for hours.
yelled.
Yep.
I said, if it was a fuel tanker, I would have yelled at the first Molotov, going, "Not here!"
But Alex, stand outside and look tough. Andy, I'm trusting you. I watched you shoot today. I don't know where the fuck that came from, but I am super proud of you. Andy and Tim, get across the street, sneak over as best you can. Don't let them fucking see you. If you have to travel around the fucking neighborhood, don't let them see you.
Question.
If you find yourself being seen, turn around and stop.
Hell.
Yeah.
Would Alex be willing to let Andy use the rifle?
You look and you see that Andy's rifle is basically a 270 Winchester. It's a bolt action, so it doesn't fire fast, but for accuracy at range,
Okay.
it's fucking good.
It's better than his AR.
Yeah.
It's better than the M4. At least for
Yeah, it'll
good
it'll
action.
kill a person pretty fucking dead in one shot.
It's a deer hunting rifle.
Yep.
You can take down a buck at about 150 yards without much problem.
So if
Plus,
if
also,
yeah,
I was
and
gonna say
How
also-
close is our house to this other house?
there's 4 houses between it and yours. And remember, these are decent sized yards, so we're talking probably if you were to take the shot from your house, it would be close to 100 yards from there.
Is there a house across the street that I can
Yeah,
see?
absolutely. The house across the street is going to make it about a 70. No, not that far. About a 50-yard shot. But you're only going to be able to see the front rooms of the house. So it's going to depend on where they go in the house.
I've already thought through this.
I've already thought through this.
I've already planned out how I want to do this.
All right.
So
So you're going to try the way across the street. And also, if you're going to have to go through the backyards because they have the Horde now doing this large donut up and down the street. So the street is completely full of milling zombies.
So Tim, Andy, you two go around. If you have any suspicion that they have noticed you, stop and come back. Okay? What I don't need is 2 people dying today. I would prefer that no one else has to die today. Shelly, you and me, we have about 30 minutes. Let's go between the houses, let people know what's going on so no one is in the dark. Tell them to take whatever weapons they have and get in the most defensible position they can. There's what? Outside, you said there was like 20 people here.
Most.
7 of the 20 at most. We'll say probably 20 minus Mariana. So there's 13 other people besides Shelly's family.
Mm-hmm.
And like what, 4 or 5 of those are kids, right?
No. There is a decent amount of kids.
Okay. Shall
Like
we go
out of
here?
all the adults, there's like 12 adults total.
12 adults total. Okay.
And I'm
So,
talking like anything above like 14.
Yeah. That's an adult in this world.
Yeah.
If you've made it 6 months in the apocalypse and you're over the age of 12, you're a fucking adult.
Pretty much.
Well, if you've been in the apocalypse, not hidden behind walls,
Yeah.
that makes a big difference. So, Shelly, is everyone in the same place? Are they all in the same?
No,
houses?
they're all
How many
they're all in
were-
the individual houses.
Okay, you go. I will start at this end. You start at this end. Let everyone know what's going on. Do not go inside the houses. I do not want them thinking that we are trying to plan an attack. Just simply tell them what is going on, what the plan is. Oh, sorry. In-call message. Stop it! God damn it, cat! Start on this end. I'll start on this end.
Yeah, and so I was gonna say that's you got most of the plan down. I'm pretty sure. So I think this is a good place to wrap for the night. Alrighty, folks.
Sounds like a good.
Holy shit, that was
Oh yeah.
that was an
that-
intense, lovely scene.
Did that go as you thought it might?
Oh
In
no,
the
I
story?
had tons of variations for this ready to go, and this was the talking variant, and there was a reason there was a hand cart of hand grenades and everything like that. If it had gone to the shooting variant, I was guaranteed that hand cart was going to blow up at some point, and it was going to cause massive chaos and everything like that. So this is a route that I like because it's going to lead to more heavy duty RP session. Rather than going straight into a mass combat, which would probably get most people killed in this situation.
Maybe not us, but everyone else.
Yeah.
We could escape it. Everyone else is gonna die.
Yeah. So, and you all have, still have a potential to die.
Oh yeah, of course.
But yeah, no,
Yeah,
it was
that's
it was
something that
it was
happens.
really good, really intense. I really liked it. So thank you guys so much for playing tonight. It's like 2 weeks is a long time to wait, but we will be back in 2 weeks for the next episode of Jazz Funeral, our Walking Dead Chronicle. And hopefully we're going to have some good news about the cast on The Walking Dead soon. We hopefully are going to have a new edition soon. We'll let you know once we solidify when they're joining. But all that being said, please do your best to take care of yourselves. This was a very high-stress game. Use lots of spell slots, but we were here for it, and we wanted to have this for you.
I need to chain smoke like 3 cigarettes.
And
I wish I smoked in my house right now.
but remember, yeah, I was
I'm just glad that Andy seems to consistently be up to arson. That seems to be
Hey.
their MO now.
Oh yeah.
Joshua's always down for arson too. It just needs to be done strategically.
Yep.
So it
That's
sounds
why
like
the Molotovs had not come out till now.
it sounds like Alex is more level-headed one when it comes to fire.
Alex, it's gonna be really. My big thing with Alex is you really, really crippled him because the only real BBEG in this game is other people.
Well, that's
Yeah,
but I will say, player to player, I fucking love that, my guy.
Well, yeah,
I love that.
One thing
And
I was going to is I was actually hoping for you to do the role to try and convince him, just so we can see how that role plays out. I
So
was actually kind of hoping
here's
for
the
that.
thing. Alex can still make his own decisions.
Oh yeah,
He
definitely.
can take a shot if he feels like he should.
Oh yeah, no, I know. You get what I was saying though.
Yeah. Clearly, he can take a shot if he feels like he should. I'm waiting. Just a little after talk for the rest of the people in the stream. I am waiting to see what happens when you have to kill someone, because I want to see what you do as a player, because you're such a good player. I want to see what you do and how you play this character after he has to deal with that, because that's your current issue. If you do it, do you change your issue? What do you do? I want to see how it goes.
I would love to see if it. I don't know if it would change the issue, but it would be really fucking wild to see if it. How he deals with it. Yeah.
If it
Yeah.
breaks him, yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see that.
Yeah, or if anything too, it might add an additional issue.
I was honestly, to be really fucking cruelly honest, I was hoping you were going to be the one that was going to have to confront Zach, Kel.
I think both Andy and Joshua, even before the apocalypse, they had seen kind of the worst the world had already had to throw at them in some aspects, is the feeling I'm getting from both of them as characters.
Well,
Whereas
you know
Alex, as a person, like, he was still in that, like, military...
I was Alex as a person was just trying to get his fucking GI Bill, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty much, like he
Trying to
didn't
get
start
through
seeing
college.
he didn't start seeing the worst until like the hurricane hit and then the outbreak.
Yeah.
But we'll go into that later though.
Oh, I cannot wait for the episode where we get to calm down, have a conversation, and all of us get a little bit into the backstory, so that because we all know a little bit about each other's backstories. I've kept a little bit from y'all just to make it fresh in the moment.
Hang on one
But
second.
I
be right
can't
back.
wait till we have that moment of all of us getting to talk. This stream is running a little long, but I hope y'all enjoy this, because this is what we do when we end, of course. But I can't wait to see how this plays out. I can't wait for the conversation, and when we get to just like at the barrel fire at the end of the night, explain who we are to each other to whatever degrees we feel our characters would. But yeah, I will say these three people I consider friends in real life. Lissa and Ray, and I believe Kel, know a bit about my actual history, and I am playing myself to the most realistic degree that I can, without there being some issues, right? Without creating too much bleed.
Yeah.
But y'all know my history, and y'all, I think, understand why I feel I would be this way in this scenario. You know, why y'all know how I tick a little bit.
Mhm.
So yeah, you're right. Josh has seen things and dealt with things that have kind of mentally put him in the place where he was half-ass made for this world. You know,
Mhm.
not to say
It's-
that I believe wholeheartedly that I am made for this kind of scenario, but there's aspects to my life that have led me to be better prepared than most. You know?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us tonight. It was wonderful. It was fabulous. I had a blast. And I cannot wait until the next episode. We do Walking Dead every 2 weeks. On the opposite Fridays, we do Cyberpunk Red. So next Friday will be our Cyberpunk Red game, which is called Open Source Life Big Dev Dreams. So it's a little
I
nod.
love that.
It's a little nod to my my fellow techies out there. But if you want to show up for that, please be here for that. Do not forget that we have games on Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. Okay, the only game, and they're all now in the evenings. Our Sunday game is now pre-recorded, so if you do any donations or you do any bits, do please on the Sunday game be sure to tell us who they're going to, because they will not be able to go into effect until 2 weeks later, because we do a pre-record and then there is a week off from the pre-record while the previous pre-record is put up, and then the stream goes up. So it'll literally be 2 weeks. But In the meantime, please take care of yourselves. Make sure that you do what you can for yourselves. At Dinner and a Game, we always save you a seat at the table, but we require you to be able to be at the table, which means you have to take care of yourselves, social distance when you can, wear a mask when you can, and do what you can for you so you can be there with us. We're going to go ahead and say goodnight to you on most of our social media accounts. On our Twitch account, we're going to find someone to go raid, so just give us a few minutes there. But everyone else, thank you so much for joining us. We hope you have a great weekend. We hope you got this got you off to a great start, and we will see you guys next time. Ooh-ee.